Left your channel. User left your channel. User joined your channel. User joined your channel. User joined your channel.
Grab the rifleman kit in the crate once she's ready and then come through the teleport pole.
Well, if you're watching the stream, hello. I'm just gonna go quickly get the stream up and running and post it.
Nah, not yet. So I'm in Wagga at the moment, so I've been instructor for 2 years here.
So you are there, sorry, I mean when I meant north of Victoria, so I meant
yes,
Wagga.
sorry. Yeah, I'm at Wagga now for the next 2 years as an instructor at Kapooka.
Nice. I'm going to try, when she goes up, I'm going to see if you can keep an eye out for a young friend of mine and give her heaps.
Oh, I will. Easy, don't worry.
Yeah, she's one of the young kids of the fire brigade. She's joining the infantry and she's pretty keen, but
yeah, okay.
I'm giving her heaps of sticks, and my mate Hulks is going to look out for you and give you heaps.
I'll do that, and then I've got mates at Singer. I'll make sure they give her heaps too.
That's the way.
Just keep it going.
She's keen, so.
I think that's most people. So for now, what I'll get you to do is split yourselves up into 2 even groups. I don't really care who goes with who. Currently, we've got a full section and then 2 half sections. Not even half sections. 2 bricks, 2 half bricks. So. Did we? Oh, we are, yes. So is Talk and Cry here? No, they're still on the beach. Alright, very well. We'll get them to join 1-0 and that'll at least kind of even it up. Yeah. Before we do anything, the first thing I want to discuss and kind of re-teach everyone, make sure everyone is aware of it again, alright, is that you are a rifleman first, regardless of the role you are in the section. Alright, that's why I've given everyone a rifleman kit to begin with. Because regardless of what role you are, whether you're a CLS, a machine gunner, Secco, 2IC, whatever, if there is a gunfight occurring, you are a rifleman. Alright, just because you're CLS doesn't mean you put your rifle down and begin to perform the most fucking outrageous form of medical intervention to keep someone alive. Alright, because your section might need your gun to keep the rest of them alive. Alright, I know some people won't agree with that. And I know sometimes it can work where you can put your rifle down and perform medical shit and you just can get out alright. But you need to be aware that if you are making that decision, you are taking an entire weapon away from the rest of your team. Alright, whatever size group you are in, whether that's a section, a brick, whatever, alright, that can make a pretty large deal. Alright. So for the first bit of training, you're all going to sit as with the rifleman kits, and then later on, we'll start throwing in the other roles again, and start trying to mesh those in as well. Is everyone happy with that?
Yep.
Yeah.
Cool. Anyone disagree with me? Very well.
I wasn't here, so yes.
Excellent.
No, it's fine. I have no idea, but I'm just agreeing.
Alright, so the next thing I want to go over is suppression. Alright, I see a lot of people suppressing a target by switching their rifle to fully automatic and letting loose a entire magazine at a piece of cover that an AI is hiding behind and wasting all of their ammunition. Alright, how many mags have you guys got on you currently? We've all got the same kit, so someone throw out the number. I think it's one. There you go. Alright, so anyone know how many rounds that is?
7.
It's like 390.
120.
210. 7 times 30, so
210.
210. Alright, which is about right. It's about what most mission makers will give a rifleman. Alright, some mission makers might give you a couple more. But it doesn't go very far if you start blatting off magazines. Alright, you can't rely on your ammo bearers or a fucking in-mission resupply to re-kit you because you've blown 7 magazines in the first firefight. Alright, and it fucking happens. Like, people do it, and it drives me insane. Alright, so the first thing I'm going to teach is what suppressive fire is and how to do it for a long period of time so that you don't burn your ammunition, alright, but also remaining effective. Alright, so Mr. Wee, can you head over to the sandbags over that way for me and just stand behind one of them? Alright, and I will take everyone else out this way. And then I need one volunteer to shoot at Wee.
Me?
Okay.
me.
A whole lot of
Everybody
me's
wants to shoot
occurring.
at Lee.
Who's doing it?
Everyone.
Very well. Alright.
Where you on short range 1?
Yeah.
Excellent.
Is everyone else here on short range 1?
Athan.
Okay, cool.
If you're not, jump on short range 1 for now. And later on, if you need it, that trade
Mega
up there is an
bunker.
arsenal box as well.
Either or. Something with some cover.
Oh, yeah.
Alright, so, where is Sumi? Where are you?
Right there.
There you are. Cool. Alright, so what we're going to do, alright, so Sumi, I want you, hang on, wait.
Wait,
Sumi, you can see where we is, yes?
Yeah.
Cool.
Wait, lay down.
Alright, Sumi, suppress we as you would in a mission.
Wait, when you feel able, try and stand up and take a shot at anyone. Sumi will keep suppressing you. Stand up when you want. Without moving. Okay.
Alright, anyone get hit?
Nope.
Nah, man,
Nope.
Did you get a shot off?
he did.
Send 2
I
back.
did.
Yeah, okay. I also got hit.
Sumi, how many rounds did you fire just then, roughly?
Check my mag. 29.
20, so you fired nearly an entire magazine.
Anyway.
Alright, so, next volunteer.
Maga?
Alright, so what I want you to do, Mako, when he's once you know where he is, alright, I want you
Hang
to
on,
send...
you need to stand up, because I
Stand
was
up for a sec.
listening, but I wasn't
You're
at
right.
the keyboard. Alright, yep, seen.
So, alright, so once he lays down, I want you to send 2 or 3 rounds quickly, and then after that, 1 round at a steady pace every second or so. Alright, and then obviously if he stands up, then whack him, but just keep that pace going. Alright?
Alright, lay down, same thing again.
That's it. Mag.
That's it?
Yeah, steady.
Alright. So even that was probably a touch quick.
Yep.
Alright, like we didn't even try to stand up at all. Alright, whereas with Sumi, you fired off a heap of rounds and then stopped. Alright. Obviously, if this was a section, you'd have other people picking up the slack for you. But if you fire at the rate that Sumi did, you're going to run out of ammo a lot quicker. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't mean to alarm you, Hogsy, but he's saluting at you.
Of course he is.
Can I drop you?
Yeah, sure.
Nice.
Damn.
He knows he deserved it.
Yeah, I know. So, what we'll do now is we will get... So everyone who's in 1-2, I want you to jump into 1-0 real quick. Because that'll be the sections. Alright, and then what we're going to do is we're going to take it in turns with you guys. One section out here suppressing, the other section down there suppressed. Alright, and I want the suppressed section to do what we did. Try and stand up when you feel safe. Alright, and try and get a shot off. Alright.
I don't have a kit.
Back near the pole. There's a arsenal.
Do you want to see
Okay.
any kind of
Just
formation or spacing?
spread out along the wall.
Spread out on the line? Gotcha.
Alright. So the idea behind this is I want you guys to know what it's like to be suppressed.
Mhm.
Alright, and I want the suppressing team to try and do it at such a rate to preserve your ammunition. Alright, I don't want you guys blowing through all of your ammunition once, because once you reload, you're probably going to take a shot.
Yep.
Does that make sense?
May I offer a tip for that, for the timing? I normally do shot and then 1 Mississippi, so 1 on the shot, Mississippi, 1 again.
Yeah, about 1 every second.
Yep.
Yeah. Alright, everyone happy?
Yep.
Yep.
Cool. Alright, 1-0, go get down behind the bags.
Where you can jump out there now.
Alright, 1-1, try and line up evenly spaced. You've got a member of 1-0 somewhere in front of you. Alright, and then once they lay down, we'll do it again.
I'm under the assumption we're trying to line up in line of the Hulksy.
So, no, not necessarily in line with me. It doesn't have to be in line with me. Ow.
Alright, 0, you ready? Everyone stand up just so 1-1 can see where you are.
Alright, everyone from 1-1 happy?
Yep.
Mr. Blue is.
Yep.
Cool.
Alright, 0, lay down.
So
0, lay down.
you got your streaming shit. Yeah, your recording shit to work,
Yeah, it's
right?
recording, yes.
Okay, cool. Because I didn't.
No, you're right.
Alright, 1, when you're ready. Alright, 0, when you feel safe or you feel like you can squeeze a shot in, try and stand up and take a shot.
Hit, loading. Up.
Mr. Blue's reloading.
Alright, steady. Steady, steady.
Alright,
stop shooting.
Yes.
I think they might have automatically changed nets.
No, I shouldn't have.
Alright, So from 1-0.
Down.
From 1-0, how many of you went down?
I did. 3. 3 down.
Alright, so that's 4. How many from 1-1 got shot?
Mr. Blue got shot.
Yeah, that did too.
Isaac got shot 3 times at least.
Albert got shot Alright, so it was about even. Alright. So what we'll do now, switch it up.
If I may, on the very southern flank, I did not get suppressed once, and at the end I just stood up and started shooting at everybody.
Yeah, people probably didn't know where you were, that's all. Alright, switch it up, 1-0, jump out here, 1-1, jump behind the bags.
Oh,
Be able to get it here.
oh, Louis, no.
Hey,
Yes?
can't see you anymore.
No, you can't.
If you want it, in the microwave there's a bowl of what I call hash.
Okay, I might.
Bit
I'll
of
try
mixture
it
of
later.
everything.
I'll try it later. I'm in the middle of something right now. Easy as. Thank you, Grandma.
Alright, see you in the morning.
See you in the morning.
All of 1-1, stand up, make sure 1-0 knows where you are. Alright, 1-1, lay down.
My gun didn't load.
Alright, I'll do.
I would have killed somebody if I remembered to reload my gun.
Alright, so that was 3 that went down from 1-0. How many from 1-1?
Albert went down.
2 went down. We got 2.
See a second one.
Albert.
Albert's back up.
Alright, 1-1, jump head down. Alright, so again, that was pretty similar. Alright, but, big point to note, alright, the team that's out here, both times, had absolutely no cover. So considering it was cover versus no cover, and it was still dead even, I think that's not too bad.
That's the point.
Alright.
Got a couple wounded.
Yeah, there were a couple.
Okay, to whom should I attach myself?
1-0.
1-0. Alright, what we'll do now, alright, is we'll show how that can last even longer. Alright, by doing it in bricks. Alright, and we're gonna do a bounding assault as everyone has already been shown. I hope I don't have to reteach that one. Alright, but what I want you to do is use that suppression as you move. Alright, so whichever brick is suppressing should be standing the fuck still, and then the other brick move, and then you just fucking alternate the whole way along. Alright, so that you can advance towards the enemy. Okay? And what I want you to do is I want you to try and time your reloads so that you only have to reload while you are moving. Because while you are moving, you are not shooting anyway. Alright, why waste the time sitting still when you could be shooting, conducting a reload, when if you time it correctly, you should be able to do it on move.
I will indeed.
Alright, does that make sense?
Love you. Yep.
Cool. Alright, 0, I'll get you guys behind the sandbags again. Alright, 1-1 to the trees just behind me.
Do we want to, divvy up in colours?
That's what I assumed. That's why I set myself as blue.
Just do first 4 blue, second 4 red or whatever?
Yeah, it works.
Yeah, that's fine.
Easy peasy.
Alright. What as you want, but keep in mind the suppression, making your ammo last, etc. Alright, because the idea is I want you guys to try and reach the sandbags.
Yep.
Ideally. Alright, so spread out in a line. Let me know when you're ready to go. Alright, 0, stand up, same as before. Alright.
One on the left, and the rest are on the right.
Yep.
Alright, everyone happy to go?
Yep.
Yep.
Cool.
Yep.
There's 2 on the
0,
left.
lay down.
One's in the second bunker on the left.
Yeah, I see him.
And Kiwi's on the far left.
Yeah.
Zero, lay down. Alright, for those of you who weren't here before, alright. Those of you who weren't here before, when you feel safe enough to try and stand up and take a shot, stand up and take a shot. Other than that, 1-1 when you're ready.
Isaac,
I'll
you'll
take the
focus on
bunker.
that left. Yep, focus on that left bunker with Hallie. I'll see if I can't get.
Mr. Blue will focus
Kiwi's
right
down.
side. Blue down.
Blue moving.
Or blue down.
Hit.
Blue set. Hit.
Red down near you.
Okay, red bound. Bound. Simmy's getting hit a lot. Come shoot that fucking left bunker. Alright, that'll do.
Hold.
It was.
Has everyone been healed?
Has one.
Yeah. Good. Alright, so same again, it was about 50-50. Alright, roughly. I think the assaulting force took a couple more. How many went down in 1-1?
Mr. Blue did.
Sword. I sword too. Hallie did. So the assaulting force took a couple more. What do you guys reckon happened from the attackers? What do you guys reckon what happened? Suppression wasn't evenly spread enough. Yeah, agreeing with that. Suppression wasn't spread even, and the coordination seemed to be lacking as to who should be suppressing where and what. Enough movement. I think blue made one bound, and then red, I don't know what you guys did. That was the first thing that I saw. Everything was really slow. Yep. So what we'll do now, switch it up, switch teams. I'll TPs around, just speed this up a little bit.
Let's go outside.
Got the zoomies.
Oh,
Do we want to get an even spread of
No,
each
Wee's on the
colour
other
by
team.
I'm gonna assume we're gonna do like
It
a
would be
even
alright.
spread.
It would be alright. I mean, we're not
On the right,
moving
red on
anyway,
the left.
nor are we doing medical.
yeah,
Yeah.
blue and right, red on the left.
I'll grab a spot in the middle here. Playing fucking magical, musical cover here.
Where the fuck are they? Oh, they're over there.
Yeah, they're a bit there.
1-1, stand up when you're ready to go.
One in the bush on the left, one in the bush on the right. Two in the bush on the right.
Right way.
Yeah, eyes on.
Yep, seen.
Oh, they're all in that bush.
It's oddly satisfying watching them sort of organise themselves in a way.
It's like watching ants.
Ants with guns.
Well,
The best kind of ants.
I fucking hate that like most of the veterans are on that team too.
Oh,
It's
we'll
fine,
be
we'll just
fine.
learn more.
We've got
So far.
accuracy by the lamp.
We got cover.
They are older, thus their reflexes are slower.
Exactly, yes, that's the kind of positivity.
That
I
doesn't
need.
work with me. I'm running on 3 hours of sleep.
Just have a monster.
I can't. Doctor said I'm allowed to have energy drinks whatsoever.
Skill issue.
A Zin will
one
get you
later.
by.
I take it we go when the shooting starts?
Yep.
Ah, there we go.
The beat go off?
Fucking hell.
Defend blue. Set.
That's Matt's
Red
hit.
bound.
Not back.
Alright, everyone hold.
Fucked one up. Hell yeah.
I think we had 3 Kaz.
Yeah, I got my crouch and stand
I think
up. button
defensive had 3 casualties.
May they
Maybe
rest in
4.
peace.
I'm going to retake this.
Pally in the head.
Everyone over here.
Good work.
Yeah, we get to
Right,
run
can
down.
I get Maka? Can I get 2 from your red, 2 from your blue out front, facing the sandbags in a line?
Yeah. So Bluey, Kiwi, and Lucius and Cry go over towards the sandbags.
No, stay here. Stay here.
Oh, stay here.
Like form line facing the sandbags.
Form line facing sandbags. So you understand what a line is? It's a straight line, left and right of Bluey.
And we need one more.
I'll go.
Alright. So, bounding. Alright, once your Secco gives you the command to bound, unless they give you a specific type of bounding, which I'm not going to touch right now, there shouldn't be any other words said. The rest of your communication, the rest of your talking is done with your weapons. Alright? So, Maka, is it blue, left, red, right?
I'm a blue member, so 3 blue technically. I can
Okay, alright,
bound.
just
take my place.
there you go. Alright, so
The way it would work, in this instance, let's assume blue is suppressing first, red is moving. Alright, so blue will start shooting. Red will immediately start moving forward. And wherever they stop and start shooting. As soon as red starts shooting again, blue stops shooting and starts moving. They get up in line with red, they stop, they start shooting again. As soon as red hears that, red gets up and starts moving again. Alright, hold that.
The one thing with that though is Hogs, what I found as a Secco is it actually takes a command for them to do that.
yeah, I know. That's the problem. Because it slows us down.
Yeah.
So, but that
bring it on back, you guys.
Alright, that is how that should be. There shouldn't have to be a blue hold, red move, red hold, blue move. Alright, because that takes, again, it takes another gun out of the fight because your Secco now has to command you instead of just shooting with you. Alright? When you do a bounding assault, as soon as the other brick starts shooting, you move. Alright? And then it should be the exact same. When you start shooting, they should move. Alright? Does that make sense to everyone?
Yes.
Did anyone not understand this before? Which is fine. That's why we're here. I just want to know.
Very much used to.
I'd like to know where the rest of my red because I didn't run.
Set calls, but...
Yeah, that's what I'm used to, is the calls.
I didn't have it based on shooting,
okay.
yeah.
Look, set calls can happen if you guys need that or if you want to do it. There is nothing wrong with it. Alright? But it is the same as the other team starting to shoot. As soon as you say set, that other brick should start moving immediately.
Yeah.
Alright? I don't think it's necessary. I think you shooting should be more than enough. However, if as the section you guys want to use set, that's fine. But there shouldn't have to be a set and then section members looking, like literally turning and looking at each other to see what the fuck the go is. Alright, does that make sense?
When we tried to bounce just then, blue moved forward, started engaging, and me and Bluey both went through a mag.
Yep.
Wait.
Yep.
So long as everybody's on the same page, I think it should be fine. If you're all using the same system.
Correct.
There should be.
I personally like set because sometimes you bound
rifleman kit
quite
There
far
should be a
into the
set kit
number
in the
of
public
gunners
loadouts.
can be.
There is, that is one of them.
Anyway.
Oh, did you release
Yeah, I've already added the machine guns. I was about to add
Sure.
it anyway.
Yeah.
Sorry, who was going?
I was just saying the reason, at least on the ground, I like to hear set is just because if you're engaging with multiple rifles in multiple directions, it's hard sometimes to tell when the shots, especially when you have a magnified sight and they're not quite, in front of you. It can throw you off a bit, especially if the spacing gets a bit large.
It can, but we all have free look. You can stop shooting for half a second or in between your shots, turn your head and see if that brick is next to you, especially if you're that person between the bricks. Alright, so it can be done. I personally like to do it without the talking because it's just one less thing that everyone needs to think about. But again, each section will run slightly differently. What we will do now, alright, is we will now incorporate machine guns, so you can now see how big of a difference machine guns make to suppressing a target. Alright, let's see if we can get these used correctly as well, because even these spend ammo way too much, so I'm going to show you how to... I don't think this one will take, to be perfectly honest with you, because it is a video game and it's not going to work, or it may not work, but I'm going to see what we can do. Alright, I'm going to try and teach us how to talk to guns. Alright, so can I get 2 members from each section, alright, to head over and grab the machine gun kits? Alright, and then everyone else, if you want to re-kit or re-arm, feel free.
There should be 2 machine guns, 2 LSWs per section, and then 6 riflemen.
Louis, grab the LSW.
Fucking machine gun.
And Fish, grab the one with the red brick.
And then everyone else bring it into
I'll
where I am
grab
after that.
the LSW then.
Go.
Sorry. Mr. Bleach is going to ram some.
I'll grab the LSW.
Oh, did he bring the Arsenal? No, he didn't.
I need to re-arm.
Louis and Fish.
Is this the Arsenal or am I crazy? No, I'm crazy.
That's the Arsenal.
No, I was talking about the Scarecrow because I'm crazy.
No,
It looked very Arsenal.
The Scarecrow is my friend.
It does look a lot like the football team, you're correct.
You got me there.
Let 1-1 go first, 0, and then we'll swap. Otherwise, not a shit.
1-1, who has LSW in your team so far?
For blue, it's Hazmat.
Back in just a sec.
No one else? Okay, Pally will take it.
You grab the Pally and grab an LSW.
Pally checking the other one.
They'll drop their guns?
Yeah,
They can shit their panties and drop
It's
their
about
rifles
morale.
and run away.
I knew they'd run. I didn't know they could drop their gun.
Yeah.
Alright, once you're here, can I get both actually we'll go 1-0 machine gunners in front of me facing the sandbags?
Test for Gray.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, had an acre hiccup.
Oh yeah, make sure you're all on channel 1.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah, whenever we switch to groups, it automatically resets our
Yeah,
radios.
I know.
Are you on a laptop?
No, I am on my PC. I have a change of a headset.
So what we're
really
going to go
sound
over...
that bad.
No, you're fine. So what we're going to go over now, alright, is something we use at my work. Alright, it's called talking the guns. It's a way of conserving your machine gun ammunition because a machine gun makes a fucking huge difference when it comes to suppressing a position. Alright, whether it be offensively, defensively, supporting, you know, whatever. Alright, so the way this works is when you begin shooting, alright, both guns let off a burst, whatever size burst they're told to let off. Alright, let's say roughly 5 rounds. Alright, from there, one gun shoots 3 rounds, and then you wait a couple of seconds, the other gun shoots 3 rounds. And then in a couple of seconds go by, the first gun shoots 3 rounds, and you keep alternating that way until you need to stop shooting. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Yep. Is anyone confused by that?
It is a beat.
Yes. Alright, let's try that. So what we'll do is both Bluey and Unstable, you guys will let off, say 5, roughly 5 rounds at the sandbags each. Alright, and then from there, Blue will go first, 2 seconds-ish, around 2 seconds. After that, Unstable will fire another burst, then 2 seconds Bluey, then 2 seconds Unstable, etc. Alright? Actually, ready? 3, 2, 1, go. Alright.
You can keep doing this as long as you've got ammunition and as long as you can do it. You can even alternate reloads. Let's say, for example, Louis needs to reload. So Louis, reload your rifle or reload your gun. Alright, and from there, Unstable just shoots in time with when both of them would shoot. So Unstable would shoot twice as often. Up. And then Louis jumps back in. And now they begin talking the guns again. Alright. If for whatever reason you think you need more suppression than what you're currently getting, you drop the pause time. So you drop it down to like half a second or a second between bursts, between bursts.
You just say increase tempo, decrease tempo.
Yeah, you can do that.
Reloading.
Because if you think of like of a beat.
Yeah.
Alright, that'll do.
Alright, does that make sense to everyone?
Yes.
Yes.
Cool. That will conserve your machine gun ammo. You can also do that with rifles. You can do that with a pair of rifles as well. Alright, you just one shot each every couple of seconds. That will double the amount of time that your ammunition will last. Alright. The other important note to think about this one as well, alright, is once you suppress an AI, you don't have to shoot as much. Because it doesn't take anywhere near as much ammo to keep them suppressed as it does to suppress them. Alright, that's why that initial burst is a bit larger, and more. There are more guns going. Alright, and after that you can slow it down a little bit. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Cool.
Yes.
Alright. Obviously, doing talking the guns during an assault where you're bounding with your bricks doesn't work because you've always only got one gun shooting at a time. Alright? But you can do it with your guns and your rifles. For example, you could have your gun fire a burst, and then your 3 rifles all fire around each. And then your gun fires a burst, and then your 3 rifles fire around each. Things like that. Alright, does that make sense?
Yes.
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 Cool. Alright, we'll try this again. Try this assault again with the guns. See if the guns make any difference for the assaulting teams. So we'll get... who went first last time? Was it 1-0? Or 1-1?
Yeah. 0 was behind the bags first.
No, were they?
Yes.
Yeah, they were.
Yeah.
Alright, 0, you guys will assault first this time. 1-1 down behind the bags.
Fuck yeah, shoot me.
You really
I don't want to.
Oh. What if I asked really nicely?
Has jump on north end, I'll take south.
Yeah.
This fucking game.
It's funny because
Back
we're
here,
both
got
going
9
north
now.
end.
See.
We back it up.
I said no, it's funny because we're both going north end. I said it over radio. No, stay north end, I'm fucking with them.
I feel like we should wear blue hats or something.
See, I feel like we should have red and blue mixed together, not all on one side.
So where's my high
Checker
vis?
padded.
Hmm. Oh, we should have high vis, eh?
1-1, duck down.
Alright, so I reckon we all crawl west
Say again on radio, Mackie.
and just leave.
So blue's going to be bound first, red's going to be laying the hate. I'll give you the call when we're set over short range so we can get it go.
Nasty.
Blue foam.
Keep sitting the fucking sandbag in front of me.
That'll do.
That's good because I ran out of bullets.
Oh!
On fire.
Oh!
How many defenders went down?
I don't think a single one went. One went down.
Cool. How many attackers? Down, but woke up. Same.
Went down.
Alright, let's flip it up.
Cry went down.
So as you can see... Sorry.
Fuck.
You okay?
You done that?
Yeah, I was trying to move, Doc.
scared.
Yeah, sorry. Sorry.
So as you can see, a machine gun is almost always a much better defensive weapon than an offensive weapon. Can anyone hazard a guess as to why?
Why pause?
Because you can brace it?
Yeah.
Ability.
Go to the
Down
radio,
range.
see if that section can hear it.
What was that, Maka?
4 rounds down range.
Yeah, that's one. Stability of
More
fire.
stable and defensive.
Yep. All of those things. You can get more rounds down range because you can use a bipod. You're not going to be fatigued. Alright, you have time, all that sort of thing. Alright? So assaulting, like bounding assault with a machine gun, is not the most fantastic idea in the world. Alright, who can tell me how it is probably better used?
Sitting in a static position.
Support by fire.
Down.
Support by fire. Alright, so that's what we're going to do.
Come back to fire from a distance, which I'll just say, I said to Kira before why I hate smokes, because if you throw smokes out, I can no longer support you, I can't see you.
Yeah, that was the next one I was going to go over.
Thanks, mate, sorry.
You're right. Alright, so what we're going to do this time, 1-0, you're in defense. Alright, 1-1, we'll have an SBF set up. Alright, 1-1, how many people do you want on the SBF, considering you've got an 8-man section?
Hands the two
I'd
machine
say
gunners.
2's probably good enough.
You could, yeah. Yeah, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. Alright, so what we'll do is I will set these up.
Where's fish hiding in that sandbag?
Head over to the, so your 2 machine gunners, head over to the light, like the power pole, to the whatever that direction is, to my right.
No.
Yep.
Alright, so 1-0, 1-1's got an SBF set up on your left flank, but we're going to assume, just because there isn't any cover out here, we're going to assume they're in cover and you can't affect. Alright, because an SBF is almost always going to be in a concealed, if not a covered position from the attack. Alright, so for now, you're to shoot at the 6 assaulters you have to your front. Alright, and you're to leave the SBF alone. Alright, let's see how much more of a difference this can make.
We'll get red to move first.
Alright, once you guys are ready to go, let me know.
There's a machine gun on the right side.
0, lay down.
We'll get red to move first, and just for tactical analysis, fish is on the left by the sandbag, blue is on the right in the sand bunker thing.
Alright, Red, we ready?
Red's
Sure
ready.
are.
Blue, is ready?
Hit. Mag. Move.
Blue's back with red. Red's pushing.
Alright, steady. Alright, defenders. How many?
3, I think. Or not.
Alright, we talk.
Me and Isaac went down.
Basically 100% casualties on the attacking side as well.
I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure I was the only one that didn't go down attacking. I'm almost certain, as Mr. Blue here, me is the only one that didn't go down while attacking.
Assume he didn't, he died.
Yeah, they took 1 KIA during that.
Overachiever. Oh wow.
So as you can see,
Isaac headbutt.
the whole, suppress and we'll be fine doesn't work. Alright, so don't think just because you're suppressing a target you can charge at the front gate of a compound or across an open field, alright, because you're going to get swacked. Because the defenders have the advantage. Unless you very, very outnumber the defenders and you can keep their heads down for the entire run, it doesn't matter.
Hulks, what's the number you guys typically use? Is it 4 to 1 or 5 to 1 or something?
3 to 1.
3 to 1? Right.
Yep, 3 to 1. But
so the question there is, Hulks would normally say in his job that the defenders need to be outnumbered by the attackers 3 to 1 before it becomes equal-ish.
Yep. Yep. So if there was a section in a defensive position like that, we wouldn't hit it with anything less than a platoon. And that'd probably be a section on SBF, an entire section on SBF, and then 2 sections bounding together. So you've got 16 people shooting at the 8 people at any one time. Alright. Obviously, in a video game, it's a bit different because if we stuck to the 3 to 1 rule, all of our missions as a platoon would be fighting 8 AI, and it'd be trash. Alright. But now let's assume, because I would never condone this, but let's assume you have to assault across his open field. Alright. For whatever reason, as your section, you have to assault across his open field. What is the first thing as a secco your mind would gravitate towards to doing to help you? Yes.
Oh, pick me! It's smoke!
Smoke grenade?
Call mortar support.
More, yeah, that would be a good one.
Nuke it from orbit.
Let's
orbit, mortars.
Let's dive into the smoke grenade one though. Alright, so who would think that throwing a smoke grenade between you and the enemy while you're running towards the enemy is a good idea?
Negatory.
Sometimes good, sometimes bad.
Okay.
I like
Come on, Mr. Blue, you've done it plenty of times.
Much as
I
much
haven't
as I
done
love
it,
smoke
yes,
grenade,
but I don't see it.
Everybody here's done it.
Yeah, so that's what I was about to ask. Why is no one saying yes when everyone always fucking does it in every mission they ever play?
I said sometimes.
I'll start with 2 smokes and I'll pretty much finish with 2 smokes.
B-Mate, you said sometimes. Why sometimes?
Sometimes it's the right spot, sometimes it's not the right spot. Like, sometimes it's just... like... Well, sometimes, yeah, Bluey is right. Sometimes you need the guys in the back to see everything, but sometimes, fuck it, just throw smoke.
Okay, how far can you... So, right, do you have a smoke grenade on you?
Yes.
Okay, throw a smoke grenade towards the sandbags.
Oh,
Not towards the sandbags.
That's right, I got it.
The issue here is it only goes halfway.
If that.
If that.
Alright, it rolls a little bit, yeah, sure.
Let me go over here.
But, now, let's all, real quickly. We're now in the smoke.
I can't see anything, my situation awareness is now shit.
Everyone, move west until you can see the sandbags.
Hold on.
Mr. Blue can already see the sandbags.
Yeah, I can see him.
Yeah, we can see us.
Yeah, but suddenly
Isaac
you're standing
headbug.
in front of a firing line.
Exactly.
Can you headbug fix for me?
How to do.
Alright. So, what we're going to do now...
Control windows.
I will say that looks menacing, but you would all be dead.
Yes. Yeah, we come out at the firing line. So what we're going to do now is the same thing, alright? Feel free to suppress through the smoke as you would in a mission. Alright, but I'm going to pop a line of Zeus smoke grenades about here. Alright, and I want you to see how well it goes. Alright? The reason for this is I know you've all said it's a bad idea, but you all fucking do it in a mission, and it drives me insane.
Would it not be logical to just pick up the smoke in the smoke and throw it again?
Do you reckon you could
No,
do
you
that?
throw another smoke.
Just don't throw smoke for God's sake, please.
There is too many bullets to find around to stop, pick up...
The difference, I would say, probably a 40 mic smoke.
Yeah, that was what I was going to touch after that.
Maybe in the bunker.
Yeah, that's what I mean, like, on the position itself.
Yeah, maybe.
So, what we'll get 1-0. You guys all assault first. 1-1, down behind the sandbags.
I don't want to assault.
No need to lay down this time, though.
Hey 1-1, we should spread it out this time and change it up, like colours.
Oh, you stole my spot, bitch.
You can have it, I don't care for it. Actually, I think they're more death traps. Always die when I'm
There you go. I am ready to inflict mass murder upon our friends.
You're not always ready for that? I only do it when I'm allowed to, but I'm always ready for it. And there's one exception to that rule, and that's Shira.
God, I want to go back to sleep.
You can come sleep with me.
No.
Get a room, you two.
Don't say I didn't offer hazmat.
No, I'd rather sleep in grass.
Yes, I think one thing Hogsy, hoping he might touch on this, is throwing smoke ahead of you is bad if you're doing a forward bound. The purpose of smoke is to offer concealment in order to...
Right, attackers are free to shoot.
So, you go...
Attackers are free to shoot when... No, hold! Let me finish. Attackers are free to shoot when they wish. Defenders, you do not shoot back until you can see the attackers.
I already got him.
Somebody will get fucking shot.
Albert should be renamed to Lead Magnet.
Wait till you see him.
I can see.
Roger.
I'm getting hit.
I can also see where all their traces are coming from.
Alright, defenders, go nuts.
Loading.
Hold. Hold. Stop shooting.
If I'm shooting, my screen's frozen. There we go. Whoever shot me last. Somebody shot me so hard I made my game tab out.
Attackers, were any of you
I
left?
am, yeah, so I
Oh,
didn't-
sorry,
what the
actually,
fuck, man?
sorry, I'm going to change the question. Attackers, did any of you get through the smoke?
We pushed on the other side and we pretty much fucking got cut it out.
Well, and Chalice didn't even take a hit, to be honest, that's fine.
Alright, defenders, how'd you guys go?
I didn't see fucking shit.
I didn't see shit, and I got shot
I
a lot
also got
before I
shot
even
down.
got through the smoke.
Yeah, you guys got shot a bit because I stopped you from shooting initially, which I think is probably my bad. But even then, you guys still wiped out the entire, like basically the entire attacking force.
If I may.
Not bad, given that they took me down twice.
Something that I think gave us a large, at least temporary advantage till we started running is that we actually knew exactly where the positions were. Engaging them from our position in a suppressing manner through the smoke worked until we had to close the gap.
Yes.
While at the same time, the defenders weren't allowed to return fire because we couldn't see them. But we knew where they were.
Yeah. So what we're going to do this time, we'll flip it up. Except this time defenders can start shooting as soon as the attackers start shooting. Because that's what the AI are going to do. They're going to shoot at the traces even if they can't see you. Alright. That had yeah, if you need to go re-kit, I'll bring it here. If you need to re-kit. Other than that, go to your position.
Like it's 3 mags is enough.
We're swapping sides again, are we?
Yep.
Roger.
And then the next thing we'll go over after that is 40 mil smoke. Yeah, you could use that.
My gun doesn't have a shadow.
Mine does.
That has never been changed.
Actually, never mind. My attachments do.
Alrighty, this time do we want to use like set and whatever?
Nah, let's do it with the shiny thing. Have blue go first this time, and red will cover.
Alrighty. So long as we got some kind of communication, or at least we're on the same page on what.
Yeah, we should say set.
Hey, Hog.
We just run set, or at least.
Are we
as
good
long
to
as we
use
know.
smoke throughout this?
No,
No, I'm popping Zeus smoke. You don't need to. So we can't use it.
We've got artillery smoke support.
Artillery support.
Yeah. It's just smoke stuff.
Alright, so blue team first, red team second.
Over, sorry.
So defensive team, start shooting as soon as the offensive team does. Offensive team when you're ready.
Let's
I'm
move
doing
up
your shots.
quietly there.
For that.
Alright, Blue's going. No, red is going.
No, go quietly. Everybody.
We're moving up quietly. Okay, red team suppressed.
That'll do. Alright, defenders, how many?3.
Maha, I took out
Four.
three.
Four. And was anyone from the attacking team still alive?
Yeah, Doc was.
See me?
Zach's up.
Mr. Blue was.
4 and 4.
Albert do headbutt fix.
Alright, so that went at least a little bit better than no smoke. Alright, however, you can see it still, you didn't get there.
I'd also like to say it didn't feel like we were being assaulted as much as they stopped and started shooting at us.
Yeah, that just felt like trading traces. Yeah. They barely made it halfway through the field. So you can see popping smoke between you and an assaulting position doesn't help. If not, makes it harder for you. Yes?
Agreed.
Now, because a couple people have brought it up. Alright. We will go over 40 mil smoke. So 2 people from each section, grab the 40 mil.
LJ?
40 mil kit.
Yeah, sure.
Matt? Kiwi, yep.
I don't know if they've got any smokes in those kits. If they don't, then
It's an
just,
arsenal anyway, so...
yeah, just grab a couple if they don't.
The one thing I did notice with this Hulks is when we're
coloured.
doing this
Mr. Blue
engagement
took
thing,
it
we
from
can
red
actually
side
see
in
the
1-1.
friendly force
Having
bubble
smoke green
pop up.
below.
Ah,
Scoped up.
Let me fix that. That's a valid point.
Switch out for all white.
Yep.
I get pointing the ground to make it drop away. To be honest, I was just suppressing until I could actually see him, and then I could shoot him anyway.
Yeah, I was putting a couple of rounds down until I went more accurate.
I have just changed 1-0 to op 4, so that should fix that. I did forget about that. Thank you, Amber.
Don't forget you change your shore ranges back to 1.
Yep. And change the colours back.
Someone said would it? What was that?
Would it not be a good idea if once you're in the city, you've got
Yeah, smoke grenades or frag grenades?
Correct.
How?
I mean,
I was gonna say this might be outside of it,
if I might
but
counterpoint that,
okay.
if you could, sorry, just for the grenade, if you want to throw frag grenades in, to see where you're throwing them, the enemy can now see you, and they are using guns, so they will shoot you before you throw your grenade.
And AI has grenades as well.
Yeah, but so I would have thrown a grenade. You were in a really bad position for grenades to be thrown at you, more so than we were.
If you throw them short and it bounces off, you don't know because you're partially obscured.
Yeah.
This sort of leads into the minutiae of fire and maneuver that's probably beyond this. I was going to say that deploying smoke is probably best used if you're going to maneuver, i.e. conduct a flank, as opposed to just running straight through it, because as Hulksy has demonstrated here, if you're running through it, you're just depleting your ability to locate the enemy. The whole idea is to obscure your position so that you can move out of the arc of fire and potentially get around them if you can. Smoke's used as a concealment tool, not as a cover tool, if that makes sense.
Yeah. It is a double-edged sword.
Yeah.
As well, though, because if you pop smoke on your left-hand flank, where are you going?
Well, you deploy smoke ahead of whatever team is flanking, and then move them.
That's what I'm saying. So if you throw smoke out to your left, the enemy knows you are going which way. Or enemy will think you are going which way.
Yeah.
Yeah. The point, though, is that the use case for it is not deploy and move through it, it's deploy and move perpendicular.
Yeah, you could do. But then
So it moves south.
You've also got to be smart about it, though.
Yeah,
because if you just pop smoke and then be like, oh, they can't see me now.
Yeah, I mean, we're talking about edge cases here. I'm just saying in principle.
Bring over Diasta when you can, please.
Is there a particular kit or anything I'm grabbing? Or?
Jump in 1-1 and then whichever one they want.
I'd probably say rifleman because we got all the 2-1s where I've been allocated.
So what we'll do now, alright, is we will see how it goes, having a smoke grenade popped in your face rather than halfway through the field with the 40 mils. Alright.
So I haven't used the 40 mil in fucking 3 months. Let's see how it goes.
Put the dot on the sandbag, should be right. But we'll do this in a bit of a smaller group, so can I get a brick of 1-0 behind the sandbags, and a brick of 1-1 lined up back at the trees. Everyone else will move out of the teleport pole and we'll watch it occur from the side.
You want me in red or blue?
Okay, I'll go
join
with them.
blue and we'll get blue to do the dictating brick.
Which 4 people?
Oh, get up. Not of a kill you, but
Your happiness there sounded a little bit overzealous.
I'm hoping my ability to rig it worked when I put an extra person in blue when I got asked.
I see what you did there.
Yeah.
You should be over at the tree line.
Yeah.
So everyone's sitting here, happy to watch, ready to understand what's going on.
Ready for
Negative.
flank attack?
Hobbs is in the Hazmat's in the wrong
Yeah.
spot.
Alright, Bluey.
Hazmat goes to the tree line.
We
The
need
rest
some
of blue
bleachers.
Hazmat, go southeast to the tree line.
Alright, 1-1, you got your 40 mil ready? Alright, see how you go, putting a smoke grenade smack on the sandbags, and then start when you're ready.
Hold up,
I'm just gonna make sure I've got smoke and not HE in it.
Hold up on 1. Hazmat's still making its way down.
Making his way downtown.
Walking fast.
Why is Hazmat going there?
Alright, it's with you.
Because he's
4 and 4,
pushing.
Hazmat doesn't need to go down there.
Okay.
Sorry,
Okay.
I didn't realise you were running
Confused.
already. Oh, hang on, you are a machine gunner, fuck's sake.
You want me to bloop it?
No, wait, now you don't have a machine gunner, fuck's sake.
Mr. Blue, you fucked
Why do
it
you
by your
have,
attempt
why
to
do you
stew
have
it.
4 people down there
Yeah.
but no machine gun?
Sutek joined and he got tacked onto blue.
We are now 5 and 4 in our bricks.
Yep.
Fixed.
Also, I'd suggest move we because he's just sitting here as a.
Can't, I've already tried.
He's disabled his
He went,
simulation.
he went AFK, it's fine, he can't be damaged, it's fine, don't worry about it.
Okay.
Alright, Doc, when you're ready.
Okay.
Anyone?
I think for this to work, it needs a few more GLs firing.
Yeah, normally you'd have a section. But I think having a sight-on view will also benefit some of you as well. So yeah, see there's...
Just gonna keep shooting till I get it.
There you go, you got it.
Yeah, finally, fucking hell.
Now, obviously, someone over here mentioned, obviously, you'd have more 40 mils doing this. Yes, you'd have an extra one because you've got a section. Alright, but I wanted some people off to the flank watching this from the side.
Good smokes.
Who is Doc and why do they sound so familiar?
It's
It sucks.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
They
Jimmy
changed
can
their
help
name.
by filling out one more.
So originally,
he used to be Doc J, but I think Arma did.
You get a
for
single
5
white.
minutes.
Right.
Thank you, Pally, for asking.
He still sucks.
I did have to look at TeamSpeak to figure it out when they were talking
Oh.
at the same time.
Well, this
One
is...
of them already feed.
So they're gonna attack or what?
Okay, someone
They're doing it.
someone
They're doing it
fucking
now.
hell.
I've dropped Zeus ones to plug the hole.
Yeah, we know.
Yeah, shoot that talkative one over there.
so make this a note as well. So when you're talking like we are now, just how far that travels.
Especially if you let yourself on yelling because you're in combat.
Oh, Stu's saying.
Like I just did.
Oh, there goes that test.
Just waiting for the gunfire.
Where's
Don't shoot each other, obviously it proves the point.
That no one can see shit?
No,
Other
someone
than
could
Fish.
see.
Fish could see
Right,
everything
when the
from
smoke
a
goes
distance.
down, we all start
Alright.
on fire, okay?
So yes, obviously there was a slight gap in the smoke. Alright? But smoke is never perfect, so that is a possibility. Okay? So... But does everyone... like LJ made the point, it was an effect thing. Did you guys see how that works?
I mean, me and LJ were sitting there being like, cool, like, we'll just take hard cover, and then, oh no, never mind, that they're in there with us. Shit.
Yeah. Alright, so what we'll do this time is there a... There
Nice.
is! Excellent.
So fucking glad that 40 mics don't bounce anymore.
Yes, thank you for that.
Yeah.
Right, so what we'll do this... I'll do this one. I'll do this one with AI. Right, I wanted this training to be PvP, but obviously smoke grenade's one of those funny things. Alright, so can I get... let's go 1-0.
Yeah.
I will put you guys in an assault. I'll set up a defensive line of AI, and I will pop smoke grenades in their face. 1-1, jump in the spectate camera, fly your camera to the airfield. Alright, and I will set it up there.
Are we all on the same side?
You are not.
Should make us all on the same side because then they can just click on you or.
Which airfield you said?
He just said the airfield.
Oh,
Yeah.
I got it perfectly.
I'm
Rough
assuming the
grid
big one.
is 04108 Again, 04108
Oh, so the big one.
You go to that grid, that's pretty much where that, unless he actually wants us at the airfield. But yeah, I think big airfield.
At the
Yeah,
airfield.
big airfield. All the other guys just teleported in.
Yeah, there's a squad of Russian.
That's it. The closer we get,
Yeah.
fucked we are.
I'm gonna.
And they've gone into reducer.
But isn't...
Yeah, I've lost them. I don't know where they are.
There's one guy in the middle of the airstrip.
Not to get us to
Me
And
when
there's now a bunch of
simulation.
smoke.
Well,
There's
like space on the battlefield and sitting on a hill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the thing is, there's picking at targets, but
Where the fuck is Zero?
Yeah.
Obviously,
just because it's better doesn't mean it's more fun.
I'm assuming they haven't been teleported over yet. Fox is probably just setting up.
Yeah, they're still here. No, it's got teleported.
Oh, hey, there's smoke.
Yeah, there we go.
Sorry.
That's a long bound.
Blow on the left.
I mean, I guess I get the point of it, but there's an element of all of this is circumstantial in a way, but
I'm just kind of trying to figure out what the fuck we're meant to do, because we're saying a lot of this is bad, but what is good?
yeah, that's it, right?
This
And
is not helping me at all. Well, it kind of is, but not as much as it should be.
the counterpoint of like, oh, if you deploy smoke in your left flank, where do you think they're gonna go? Yeah, if we're fighting players, that makes sense, but the AI isn't sort of predictive in that way. And the easiest way to counter is that. Yeah. The
Right,
easiest
they've
way to counter
activated.
that is just to fall back anyway.
Alright, let's see what's going on.
Yeah, they can
They-
hear
they-
them. They're
yeah, they
moving up.
to the bases.
Shoot them at.
Oh, that, they already got one.
That's just AI.
We are close.
That's the thing with frag grenades as well, is one element of this that we're missing out of the equation.
See, I'd say frag grenades for defending, and when attacking, probably not using them, because that can't be as
It de-
easy with them.
It depends on your distance to contact, and sort of, obviously I'm not Army, but I've read books on this kind of thing, you know, training manuals. The sort of standard operating procedure is if you're within 50 to 35 meters, use frags and push them. Because you're in frag range for them. Like, if you can chuck a frag to them, they can chuck a frag to you, basically. So you want to...
Welcome back, everyone.
They're still in spectate.
Yep.
Alright, so those of you in spectate, alright, obviously you guys saw all of that, yes?
Yes.
Yep.
Yep.
Excellent. You guys see how close they got?
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
see how close to the AI they got because of those smoke grenades?
Yep.
Right. If you had thrown those and they'd only covered half the distance, that would have gone terribly. Right. You guys see how effective it can be if you use smoke in the right way, like putting it in their face, or like Doc said earlier, to cover your movement in a direction. Alright, assaulting through the smoke is going to do more harm than good. Alright, 1-0, you guys happy with that? Did that feel like it worked for you?
Yes.
Felt good.
But yeah, I was the one that actually initiated the contact because I was explaining by showcasing, yelling as we assaulted. So they heard me and they started shooting at me before everyone else.
For those of you who didn't know, the AI can hear you speak.
Yeah, I saw that when they activated because I saw nobody shot and all I heard was people talking and the AI just looked at proximity
Yeah,
LJ.
they can hear your voices.
But how could that be possible? They don't speak English, they're Russian.
Biggest goddamn failure of SF teams.
So that's something I explained to you guys when we were out in the field in the farm area. I was like, hey, you guys are running up, and I'm like, I can hear you. The AI can too. And I wanted to show that to the people that were running. So as we were running up, I was just making noises, and they started shooting at me first.
Hoxie, were you planning to cover like using frag grenades and assaults as well? Or?
No, I don't think anyone needs to be taught how to throw that. That's pretty self-explanatory. Confined space, explosion equals death.
True.
To friendlies and enemies.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, and HVTs that we're meant to rescue.
Yes.
But
But yes,
it's 40 mics out of the HVT killer.
Yeah, there is nothing wrong with utilising frag grenades or 40mm HE in an assault. Alright, especially if you've got it in placed position or something like that. Popping a 40mm grenade, the gold top, will be very effective. Right. There is also another thing that there are 4 of you carrying right now that can be used in assault, which are never used in assault.
Lats.
Alright, lats. Obviously, the ones you have now, I believe, are the heat ones, so that's not going to be super effective.
They are DP.
They are DP?
Yep.
Fucking
Mine says heat next to it.
Yeah, mine says heat.
No, are they the cup ones or the?
Yeah, these are cup ones.
I think they are the cut ones, yeah.
The ADF uncut are definitely DP.
Yeah, the ADF uncut ones don't work.
But they also don't work.
Yeah, all the uncut launchers are broken.
Could supplement with them 84s with HEDP will hurt.
Yeah, could do.
Different launchers.
Yeah.
But yeah, an AT4 is very close to a MAT. Because it is 84mm, it is as big as the Carl Gustav and the Moors. But if you're in it, say if you've got a MAT roll, alright, and this is for the mission makers that are here as well, don't be afraid to give people HE rounds. You send a HE round into a bunker, the bunker doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah.
Alright, if you want it to be semi-effective against at least light-skinned vehicles, give them a HE DP. Alright, and then it will do both purposes, hence the dual purpose.
One thing that vanilla Arma simulates is like defensive and offensive grenades as well, which are sort of different types.
Yeah, the V40 mini grenades are supposed to be offensive.
I don't think Ace.
Yep, no, Ace has them too.
Yeah, RGOs and RGNs.
Yeah.
Yep, and Cup has RGDs and RG5.
Okay.
I would argue grenade is grenade.
Well,
don't get caught. Don't get caught up in the this is a defensive grenade. Oh, this is an offensive grenade. A grenade is a grenade. It goes bang. It hurts.
I just think about it. The V40 goes a bit further. The other one's a bit shorter.
It goes further.
Yeah.
The V40
But if
only goes
you're
further 'cause it's lighter.
That's more of a use case in real life. In video game, it's just, as Hoxie said, goes bang, hurts.
Yep. The other thing as well is if you're at your max throwing range for a grenade, you shouldn't be throwing a grenade. Because you don't know where it's going to go. You don't know what it's going to hit. You don't know where it's going to bounce. Alright. And the worst possible thing you could do as well is be mid throw animation in a field, get shot, and go unco and drop the grenade. Alright.
Or throw up a hill.
Yeah, you can throw up a hill if you want. It's probably going to
back
roll.
down.
Yeah, it's probably going to roll back
That's it,
down the
though.
hill.
You
Same
could
thing
pick
with
it up
like
again.
urban and stairwells. You
Stairs
should throw
are
a
my
grenade upstairs.
My favourite one I love to watch is when I'm running my SOG missions and people try and throw grenades through the trees and they hit a vine and bounce back, or you know, if they're a woolly peat or a Molotov, just explode against the branches.
Yeah, exactly.
I can't say I haven't died to my own grenade before.
Is there any more?
Give it time.
What? Oh, have you died to someone else's grenade?
No, I was saying, like, I have died to my grenade, not that I haven't done it yet.
So the answer is yes.
So wait until you die to your own grenade.
Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't.
We'll get thrown out to a grid. That's cute.
The next thing we're going to go over is everything we've just gone over, but in reverse. Alright, you have decided, for whatever reason, to either stop assaulting a position, or just to generally run the fuck away from something. Alright, and how you can do that effectively. Alright, what is the first thing that comes to mind for everyone when it comes to withdrawal? Yeah, bounding back. What is something you can do to assist your survivability with that?
Definitely smoke in this case.
Yes. Alright.
I don't need to see when I'm running away.
But do you give up all of your suppressive fire when you do this?
No. Fuck no.
No.
Fuck no. Alright, so you still need to
try not to. Fuck yes, that's what happens.
Yeah. You do want to continue suppressing through the smoke. But what is something that will aid your survivability after you've thrown this smoke?
Move and shoot.
Like
move and shoot, yes.
Running away?
Yeah.
Changing direction when you move.
Direction.
Changing direction.
Yeah, change direction, yeah.
Alright, so...
The AI is still going to see which direction you're running, so they'll
Yes.
still shoot in the direction they think you're going.
Correct.
Just as we do to everyone else.
So, what we're going to do... Alright, I will change groups again. I apologise, 1-0.
I gotta fly.
You can put Sutek in 1-0 to
Alright.
I have 2 people.
On the topic of braking direction, it's probably important to note that brake line of sight before, because if you just go left while they can still see you, they're gonna follow you going left.
Yeah, hence the smoke.
Yeah.
Alright, so... Des, I'll get you to join... Where are you?
He's currently 1-3
There you
on
are.
our side.
Yeah, no, I got it.
Oh,
1-1 still.
Yeah. I only have
Oversized.
to re-download 10
Yeah, I
gigs
know.
worth of
Des,
shit, but we got there.
1-0 is about to be as well.
Wheel.
Alright, so what we're going to do, alright, 1-1, get you guys behind the sandbags. Alright, 1-0, you are, we're going to say, halfway between the trees and the sandbags. Alright, and
That's
then
a
you're going to...
shit place to be in.
It is a very shit place to be in, and then you're going to withdraw once I pop the smoke in between you and the AI. You and, fucking 1-1. Alright?
Beep,
For this, alright, what I want you to do is feel free to change directions as you run behind the smoke, etc. Do your best to dodge, duck, dip, dive, and dodge. Alright, and we'll see how far you can make it. Feel free to suppress and bound in, the roughly that way direction as well.
Short range check, channel 1.
1-1, sandbags.
Beep, 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 beep.
And then 1-0 about Ryan.
Roger.
I like that. Albert, you're now my favourite. You gotta stay alive, okay?
Blue on the left are hogs, red on the right are hogs. Okay, you got Des as well. Alright. Team in cover. Alright, same as before, you feel free to start shooting once the team in the field begins shooting. Alright, and then from there, your goal is just to get as many of them before they get away as possible. Alright, so my plan is, once under here, Blue's going to withdraw first. We're going to withdraw straight back towards the southeast. We're going to withdraw approximately 20 metres, and we're going to go firm. Red's going to withdraw past us, go firm. You understand my meaning there? Yep.
I think we know their plans.
You happy, Mago?
Yeah.
Thing is that we don't know which one is blue and which one is red.
Blue, turn around. Face enemy. Start engaging, start laying a haze. Red's gonna bounce past us.
Hit, yeah, keep moving.
Blue.
Back them down.
Ah, that'll do.
Stop shooting!
That'll do.
Wow.
Right, withdrawing team took, what, 1? Maybe 2? I was just hitting the legs.
One walking wounded, one down.
Cool. Alright, offensive team, or not, sorry, not offensive team, in cover team, do you guys take any?
Overlap down.
Bad too. Alright, cool. So you see how, you know, in a very rearward motion, alright, suddenly the team in the field is a lot harder to fucking hit.
Yes.
Yeah.
Where am I? Right, because changing direction can make a huge difference, both in the attack and the defense. Alright? So this time, what we're going to do is we're going to do the same thing again, alright, except the team in the field, you guys don't have to go straight back. If you guys want to immediately change directions, feel free. Alright, we'll see how it goes. And also, one thing that 1-0 didn't use could be useful to you.
I need to go rearm.
Ooh.
40 mic smoke.
Use all my bloody ammo on that.
Helen Jones rearming. Yeah, so what I'm hearing is throwing smoke at them. That sounds good. Oh, 40 mic smoke.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say before I did it. I wasn't gonna say it while they were doing their run, but yeah.
Do
What
we want to
should
change
I will
direction
pop your
immediately?
initial line of smoke
I
for
mean-
the team in the field. After that, once you guys start moving and shooting, you guys are free to use smoke and anything else at your disposal as you wish to break contact.
Anything else, huh?
We're using the lat
Anything
sticks.
else?
Sorry, I was AFK for a second. Moving.
Yes,
Just
we are
lap
using the
fucking
lat sticks.
sandbags.
Yeah, we're using the lat sticks. Very good.
Okay.
I hope
Hold on,
any
On
of
your
you
command,
guys-
I suppose.
Oh, you showed the hand.
Really,
Understand they're
you're on
probably
there.
going to use the same thing against us, so...
Oh,
Are we
it'd be funny.
retreating?
Oh, we should get
Yeah,
big
we're retreating.
disperse. Yeah.
You guys happy to go?
Let's spread out. Yep.
Yeah.
No, fuck you, don't get a head start, you pieces of
Right, 0, lay down.
We're just spreading out.
Back up here, where they were.
Yeah, we're
Nice
spreading
try.
out.
Yeah, no you weren't, you were all moving backwards, don't try that.
Who's
Oh, no, no.
sorry? Who's suppressing and who's
Ready when
running
you
first?
are, Hulks.
Yeah,
Red will suppress first, and blue will run back.
Alright, so
After
like I
that,
said,
Yeah,
I'll
blue
pop,
Blue yell stand.
I'll pop your initial line of smoke. After that, do as you wish.
Roger.
Like that.
Space can greater than this, guys, so we get fragged with fuck.
Say when, Mr. Blue.
Go.
Alright, give it to him.
Right.
Hopefully that kills them. No, I'm not anymore.
Move back.
This was done. Red team pull back, blue team suppress.
Never mind, I am.
Such large bounds.
The deck was back up, but he got killed by a 40 mine.
Alright, everyone hold.
Hold fire.
Hold fire.
Fuck, I just ate that.
Maka, your team take any Kaz?
Yeah, we got a few knocked down. Fish went down, I went down and got back up. So did B-Mat.
Oh, cool.
Who here went down?
Team in the field, Mr. Blue, how'd you guys go?
I think Mr.
Deck was
Blue's
down
got
3
it.
times.
I went down like 4.
Yeah, Mr.
Several
Blue.
casualties.
Right. So, now one thing that did occur, and I want to see if he's picked up on it, right at the end just then, when you've reached about where you are now, what occurred?
Stop shooting.
Stop shooting? What else occurred?
The smoke ran out.
No, what? No, sorry. Okay, not environmentally. What did you guys stop doing?
Stop
Oh yeah,
Stop bounding. You stopped moving. Why'd you stop?
because blue team didn't hear the order to keep moving.
Was red team shooting?
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, I think most of red team was suppressing originally. Blue team started running to begin with. But the problem was that once blue team was supposed to stop and cover, most of blue team was already down at that stage, so red had no cover to move.
What can red do in that instance? Obviously, shit situation. You're in a
Split
shit
off.
sandwich. Yeah. Go down to your buddy teams. Same principle works. Obviously less effectively because you've got less guns, but same principle, right? If you're operating as a brick, what are the two elements you can divide yourself into? Smaller brick. Buddy teams. Right, you do the same thing. Now, what I was going to say was basically what you said. You stopped moving. What it looked like to me was you stopped moving because you took CAS. Alright, if you stop moving because of your CAS, you're going to take more CAS. Alright, does that make sense?
Yeah, I think that's a pretty serious problem with us in general. We aren't trained on how to deal with a maneuver being interrupted by CAS.
You are. The maneuver doesn't stop. Unless they've stopped covering it in basic training, it should be, and someone correct me if you've run a basic training recently, it very should be, oh, I've taken a CAS. Oh well, I'll come back for you later.
You've got to win the fight.
It's not really covered.
It is not covered, no.
It used to be. It very used to be. That is the way it worked. That's why I emphasised at the start of the training, you are a rifleman first. Nowhere in a rifleman's list of priorities is there a section to stop and perform medical. You keep yourself, and only yourself, functional for the fight. You win the fight, you then go back for your CAS. You'd be surprised how often you can leave someone bleeding in a field. They will last the 5 or 10 minutes that they're out there for. Yes, a little bit boring for them, right? But you're not going to take 3 more CAS trying to get them up.
That's good to know.
It does suck. There are times you're not going to want to do it, but if you can win the fight quickly, alright, you can go back for them. Alright. Sometimes you even have to sacrifice a member or two so the rest of the team can get away. Especially in a withdrawal and things like that, depending on your mission.
There's no point in going back to them if you become a casualty yourself.
No. Alright, everyone happy with that?
Yep. Yeah, more or less.
Yep.
I was running over here anyway.
Yeah, sorry.
Sometimes it puts us in a grid and sometimes it doesn't.
No, because if I use the module, it pops you into a grid. If I just like highlight you all, right-click teleport players, it doesn't.
Okay.
The module teleport players put you in a grid.
Gotcha.
The concept is very similar, by the way, to pieing the same corner 3 people have died at.
Yes.
Yeah.
Alright, so the next thing I'm going to go over is more of a discussion point. So once you have re-kitted and rearmed, let me know and I'll move us away to somewhere where this is going to be a bit easier.
Mr. Blue's done already.
Actually, you know what?
Don't leave us hanging like that, Hulks.
No, hang on, I'm creating another teleport pole because I'm lazy.
Other than just teleporting everyone.
You're in trouble, Cry.
I feel like that's more work.
Well, it seems
too
like it's
different
hinting that we're going to
Alright,
die.
through the pole to the effort.
What?
The reason I did it this way is because now people can come through as they've re-kitted themselves. Rather than waiting and then getting everyone and then someone being like, oh, but I wasn't done yet.
I wasn't done yet.
Yeah, exactly. Now it's your own fault. You can go back when you need to.
Was the supplier's AT stick effective, or did I miss completely through the smoke?
I think everyone missed completely.
Yeah,
through this
everyone
one.
missed completely.
Okay.
But
Again,
sends a
got me
pucker
back.
factor up you though, doesn't it?
Again,
Missile come past your fucking face.
heat rounds aren't going to be super effective against a person unless you hit them or hit their feet. Alright, HE or HEDP, however, will neutralise a fucking bunker. Alright, so you've also got to know what you've got. Don't just fire an M72 thinking, oh, that'll neutralise the bunker, because it's probably not going to do it. You need to be aware of what you're carrying.
They do carry a suppressive effect, though.
Yes. The AI, that puck effect that Maka was talking about, the AI feel that.
Not in the same way we do, but they do.
Now, what I'm going to cover now, like I said, is a bit of a discussion point, and it leads onto that whole ratio that Bluey was talking about earlier. But let me make you all blue for again, because otherwise this could get messy.
Be back, but listening.
Alright, I'm going to go over like force overmatch, force ratios, things like that. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put down a section. Alright, and then we're going to go over, not like, there's no math to it or anything like that. Alright, but we're going to go over what that section can deal with effectively. Alright, so let's assume that that AI section is a player section. Alright, as you can see, they're all kitted out with normal shit. There's no real changes to them. Alright, so how many AI, what size of an AI force of just infantry, of something similar, let's say Russians, alright, do you reckon a AAF section could handle in a fairly even fight?
1.5.
You're talking in an open area like this? Probably
Not-
looking on par.
Not quite open field like, down the runway, because we always avoid that. Let's assume you've bumped into the force while you're patrolling through the trees. So you're making your way through the forest and you bump into a force. What size force as a section would you be comfortable taking on without either assistance or withdrawing away?
1 to 1.5.
Yeah, I was going to say no more than 2 to 1.
Yeah, maybe 2 at the outside if you had some cover you could seek while you return fire.
Yep.
You would have casualties though, you'd be sitting at about 60%.
I feel like it was the most conservative answer there. I said 6 or less, to be honest.
6 AI?
Yeah, 6 or less.
You don't reckon you could go 1 to 1?
I mean, yeah. I guess it's more of a point of once you take 1 Kaz, then that's 2 guns out of the fight if you need to withdraw rapidly.
I suppose I'm answering this from the perspective of a Secco more than anything else. That's my experience more than anything else, but it does vary from person to person. But I'm a very confident person when it comes to 1 to 1.5 is an easy, comfortable banner, and we can definitely go higher than 1.5. But in most cases, I've found that a 1.5 scale for us in a position that we've got cover / concealment to work with, we are very comfortable and capable of taking at those numbers.
Yep.
I'm not going to say Vipers. Vipers are a different thing entirely because they are very well armored, and that's what makes up
one
for
squad
the
of Vipers
capability.
will do a platoon if they get good.
Yeah,
get good.
100%.
They've got the capability to really even those odds. But on a regular side of things, every other unit type, it's a 1 to 1.5 is easy. Anything other than that, we can go up to 2.5 sometimes, but we are very effective at what we do when it comes to a spontaneous fight.
The force also matters, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I'm like a peer force would be 1 to 1, maybe 1.5.
Alright, up for a friendly now. I realise that I can do that.
Yeah, that was kind of what I was going off based on the scenario that you said is if it was peer force and you kind of just bumped into it, then I'm sort of like...
This is a Russian squad. This outnumbers you.
Yeah, this volume I'd be hesitant personally.
Yeah.
But yeah, like LJ said, I think it's dependent on the commander and then also who you've got in your team, what you've got in your team.
I think you got to think about, and it's probably good that we're doing a discussion on anything else. I don't think I've ever encountered a section, an enemy group, that's like this.
Yeah.
I've never been run in a direction and I walk up and handshake them. Right? They are in some formation, one or another, where a group is clustered or some are stuck behind. So the section is a bit more spread out and clustered in some areas and not clustered in others. And that's just due to terrain. We're the same though.
Yeah.
Agreed.
And
usually out there you can only see like 2 or 3 of them.
Exactly.
At first.
And that initiation is really the deciding point because we might be able to disable 3 of them, but the rest of their section isn't there and they can't see us. So we're aware of them, they're aware of us. We've killed 3 of them, taking no casualties, and we've evened the odds automatically based off of that.
The counterpoint to that, I suppose, is if they start shooting first, then the reverse is true for us. So the initiator is definitely the one that's going to have the advantage in that scenario.
So to put a different perspective on it, for me, from a mission maker point of view, I'd expect that group to be a hard fight for one section, about a peer fight for two.
Mm-hmm.
That, like, if I was placing AI, that's sort of what I would expect. I'd expect one section of players to win, but it'll be a hard fight.
I think if it's a Chernarus forest, it's fine, but if it's a Tanoa forest, yeah, we're getting fucked.
Yeah. Oh yeah. The jungle is disgusting. The jungle will fucking
the
jungle kill you on
Force
its own.
multiplier.
Two
I mean,
duels in the
that's
jungle,
actually
correct.
historically correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. But we're talking just purely on the unit. So you guys reckon that one section could take on that with not ease, but could come out on top?
Yes.
But as you said, Hulk, you're probably going to be. You might drop 3 to get it, and then you have to come back and recover those 3.
Yep.
But you're not going to come through unscathed, that's for sure.
The thing is, though,
Winnable, but at what cost?
the thing is though, if you go stationary, you're not gonna win. And that's the big thing, though. And that's probably my experience coming into it. And I'm not trying to fucking railroad what Hogs is saying.
Yeah.
But if you were gonna go and fight this, not including the one that's been added, the single group that spawned, if you go stationary and fight them while they're stationary, close range, they're going to be more effective than you are.
Yep.
And because we're smaller in numbers, all it takes is us to take a couple of casualties and our capability is immediately fucking slashed. So maneuverability is the most important part about fighting a larger group. Like in this particular case, fuck me.
Yeah, this I would expect 3 sections to go into mass cas. If this was like a 1-to-1 across the field, I'd expect 3 sections of players to go into mass cas for this fight.
In an open field, fucking earth.
In an open field.
Yeah.
Oh, in an open field, it's 1-to-1.
Even in the trees, it'd be hard because you're going to be getting shot at from so many different angles. Where do you hide?
So, this
In a hole.
this
Or in
is
your grave.
the other thing, though. If you guys are trying, let's say you're a section of 8 dudes. Alright, you bump into this. Alright, what are you doing?
Withdrawing.
1-0, we're
Fuck out of
fucked.
Yep.
Nuking it.
You're dying in place. Are you withdrawing away?
If we're this close to that, we're already dead.
Nah,
Hoping
let's
the machine
assume
gun
it's like,
doesn't jam.
you know, it's a couple of 100 meters.
Alright.
Right, like you've got some room to move. I've just put
Right.
them here so we can see what we've got. Alright. What's wrong? Like, would you guys just withdraw away and then continue withdrawing away?
Withdraw a maneuver and take him out from a flank.
Yep.
Rotate.
Yeah,
It
it's
would
sort
be
of
a
a
rotate
draw them.
with fire and retreat, especially if we pretty much bump into each other.
I feel like you've sort of got three options, and that's dependent on have they seen you, are they shooting, are you shooting, etc. Like if you spot them, and no shots are exchanged, then you've got a lot more sort of latitude to consider your options than if rounds are going down range. In which case, then you're sort of initiating that withdrawal, and then you're going back into fire and maneuver, as Maka said.
Yeah, pretty
So,
much.
I'd like to
We're
say
saying-
that. Okay, I'll finish after I've finished. Go for it.
Okay. I feel like if we're seeing retreat, don't engage, and if we can fully pull out, that's fine. If we're seen and spotted, return fire, take out as many as you can while pulling back to reduce the chances of further fire coming on us. Is pretty much like my idea as to a full engagement.
So, Fox is going to laugh at this. I'm going to bring up something. If we're on a non-mission scenario, one section can definitely take this group on. And I'll explain how. One, it's about withdrawing and eliminating. We used to do this actually quite a lot within AF back in the day. So what you would do is you would withdraw like normal, bound out as you have already gone through, sit in a fixed position after a series of bounds, knowing that the AI is following you, and they do, because they chase after last known, kill a bunch of them, and then repeat the process. And eventually you whittle them down enough that you've killed all of them. And you'll take casualties along the way, you usually do. But because you're creating what we call the essential space, you kill that group over time. It doesn't really apply in main missions because we've always got an actual time aspect to things, and I don't think the mission maker would approve of us fighting a single large group like this over 20 to 30 minutes. But it's definitely capable Like, it's definitely something that can be done, and it has been done in the past, multiple of times. And it's just using the intelligence, do what the AI will get the AI and think what you would do, and then just apply that to the AI. Because in their shoes, I would follow after this small force as long as I possibly could and try and kill them. And then because of that, you lead them into traps, bait them into areas that you can really influence your small advantage that you have, and really decimate them when you can, and then start withdrawing again and repeat the process over and over again.
Is that more applicable for like special forces though?
No, not at all.
Especially for those kinds of missions?
I would actually say you are far more effective in a regular infantry section. The only time a special forces section would be better, it's just based on experienced members.
I mean, ambushes are applicable regardless. There's a reason why special operations forces and special forces units hand their training down to bulk infantry. It's because it works. And so the guys get trained up to do it.
So, like, the reason I bring that up is because you are not trapped in a box, alright? Just because you've seen these enemies, you don't immediately go to 1-0, oh, we're fucked, we're withdrawing, we can't do anything, alright? And then run away. Like, fuck that, what are you going to do? Then you have to call the entire platoon in. You still have guns, you have a challenge in front of you, and there's no reason you can't tackle it. And obviously, if you take more casualties than you expected, that's when you make the final decision and bug out. But if you're withdrawing, you're taking no casualties, you're killing 3 or 4 of them, you withdraw again, kill another 3 to 4, you've already cut that infantry group by half and you've taken no casualties, to the point where you can now almost fight them on a 1-to-1 scale. And you've turned that fight around from a massive platoon size force to an almost on par size force.
I wonder if it has anything to do with the fact that people expect firefights to be over in a couple of minutes. We don't really have a lot of experience, at least with the newer members in the last few years or so, with long-lasting firefights where we're expected to take the time to maneuver and whittle the enemies down. Most people expect a very quick, if we have one team pin them down and the other flank, it's going to be over in a minute. And as soon as that stops working, I think people panic.
It's because you all fight at a distance. You're like, and forgive me, has anyone seen the new Maverick movie?
Yes.
No.
How Tom Cruise talks about the fact, well, there's Tom Cruise is talking about the fact that modern day fighter pilots don't do like dogfighting because they're dropping bombs from fucking 10,000 feet and they're always up there and they're never going to get shot at. Alright? So when they get put in an instance they have to dogfight, they freak the fuck out. Alright? And the same thing applies here. You're very good at what you do at distance, but get in a CQB scenario like this and you have to start using tactics a bit more proactively, you start to freak out, and that's where you take your casualties.
I think the other problem is that people tend to get locked in place a little too much. Everyone kind of picks a tree and, no, this is my final stand place. I am going to stand at this tree until I either win or die. And no one wants to retreat, no one wants to move, no one wants to do anything except for just stand there and see how many kills they can get before they get killed themselves.
That's also another thing I found is it's all about the kills as well. I have in a secco. Everyone's worried about how much they get killed. It's a team effort in this community.
People are checking that scoreboard at the end of a mission every
shits me.
Yep.
So the one thing we were taught with Holksy, what he's done tonight, he's kind of showcased it without really saying it. Space is very important between us and the enemies. Obviously, if I'm standing at this range, I'm more likely to go down on the first burst than the enemy is, just because they're a lot more proficient at closer range than we are. And then by doing so, when it comes to bounding withdrawal or withdrawing out of fight, then it gets to a point where you're at a pinnacle where you're more effective than the AI, and that's what allows you to turn that advantage around. You're always creating that like buffer essentially between you and an enemy, and that's what makes you effective. As soon as you start closing on any assault is when the most dangerous point of any type of thing, and it's because you've closed the range so much that your advantage over theirs as a player is really negated by their capability as an AI. It's where it changes from being a player thought to an AI thought, if that makes any kind of sense. And that was drilled into us when Holksy and I and Macca and a lot of the others came through. It was make sure there's space, because if you walk up on a section like this and you're not at space, you're going to take a lot of casualties.
So, what is something in your section that you guys carry in every mission, well, 90% of missions, that you can use to not immediately, but at least begin to turn this fight right now in your favour.
Machine guns.
Radio?
Grenades.
Grenades. Yeah.
Grenades. Smoke grenades. 40 mils. Fucking frag grenades. Right. Who has a 40 mil on them right now?
Yeah.
LJ, can you see if you can step out to the side real quick and pop a gold top into the middle of that file?
I'll give it a shot.
Won't they engage us?
No, because they're all for us set to friendly.
They will
For us non-military types, what's a gold for? Gold top, sorry.
40 mil.
40 mil. You see,
like
someone
HA.
It's a HE grenade.
Well,
that has eliminated 5 of them and probably severely wounded another like 5 or 6. Alright, so that has immediately cut down their force by like a quarter.
They're frag, by the
And
way.
that's 1 grenade.
So you don't have to hit them, you can hit a tree next to them, or a rock next to them, or a tree above them and airburst it. Like, they'll still take wounds, and some will outright die just because of the fragmentation.
What's another thing that causes?
suppression.
Suppression. Alright, they immediately went to ground and were like, oh, what the fuck was that? That can give you a couple of seconds to run the fuck away, to move to another tree, to move to another rock, whatever you're doing.
But it's one thing I usually always try and do, like especially where the AI have the advantage of being able to see through the grass and stuff where we don't. And the amount of times that if you're just peeking over a hill and the AI is shooting at you through that very peak of the grass over the top of the hill and they can see you better than you can see them, I usually just GL the trees and things around them because the shrapnel is still going to come down and rain on top of them. I don't even need to see them.
Think of it, let's use that scenario, like that hypothetical again, Tech. Let's use it, alright? As a player, we are fighting on their terms. We have to peak the hill so we can see them. Therefore, they can see us, right? Fuck that. Get into a point where they have to come to you. Alright, and then you can turn that entire fight around.
Let's do a thing.
Do a thing.
Let's do a thing.
I'm sorry, I feel like I've hijacked. I feel like I've hijacked this.
This discussion is good.
Oh, Jesus, motherfucker. Right.
We're on a hill.
We're very spread out, which is a very interesting seeing as we were so clustered earlier.
Ooh, touch LJ, gotcha.
Sorry, I used the module, I didn't drag and TP that time.
Run over there.
Everyone pop over here with me. Down here. Down west.
There we go.
Alright, now, everyone knows that, you know, our Lord and Saviour Obi-Wan Kenobi taught us that the high ground is almighty and all-powerful, yes?
Yes.
Alright, okay. Now, if you're up here, and there is a group of enemy down there, who would you consider has the advantage?
The people down there.
No,
People up here?
Fucking
Me.
awesome.
Up here.
It should be people up here. It should be. Alright. But what you all do... Well, okay, alright. Not all of you, but general terms, what you all do is you run straight over the hill and run straight at them, which completely negates your effect, your advantage.
Advantage.
Yeah, thank you, Blue. That one. Alright. Because by the time that you can see them, they have already seen you because you've just gone up and over the hill. Alright? So how many of you from here can see LJ? And Doc, I know I saw you saw him run there.
LJ, go back to where you were.
Yeah.
LJ, go back to go back to the where you were hiding a second ago.
Doc, I know you saw him run there.
Mm.
Yeah.
So don't you say anything because I know you watched him.
Yep.
But everyone else, once he gets into position. Alright.
Who here can see LJ, they reckon? From here. Take your minute.
No.
Take some.
See his launcher.
Yeah, the launcher.
Yeah.
Just his arm.
Pally
peeking out,
sees
that's about
nothing.
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah.
LJ, I want you to take a shot at the person as far left as you can see.
Fuck. No, it's not me think fuck, it's we.
Nah, you're right. Nah, that's his right.
He's right.
Your left,
Ah.
your left, not our left.
Stage
Sutek.
stage right.
Duck.
Oh.
No.
Who was that?
Astor, I think.
That was the second left, but I saw the other person say okay.
The second from the left.
So
Over where I'm TPing now.
cool. So he can see the entire fucking group.
Otherwise, it's this person.
Spectre.
Alright, so he can see the entire group from where he is. Alright, so even though we're uphill, alright, he can see everyone. Alright, is there anyone that can't see him yet?
Pally still can't see him.
LJ, step out and start wiggling.
He sees the launcher if I zoom in.
Oh, I couldn't see him because Mr. Blue was in the way.
Yeah, I can see him now.
You got him now?
I saw him go behind the tree, but I still didn't have eyes, so
Yeah,
you
okay.
said see, not know where he is.
Yeah, okay, no. Alright, yeah, exactly. Alright, but you see how, just charging, just bubble fucking over the hill completely negates your advantage, even though he's downhill?
Mm.
Alright, the idea with space is to give yourself the advantage. Even if you have space, if you don't use your terrain effectively, you can get wiped out by a force half your size. Alright. Now, yeah, I revived him. Alright, so rather than going up and over the peak of this hill, go around the side. Move. Yeah, Blue.
So for those of you who have me in your sections when you're secco, and you say, where are you, Bluey? This. Just this. This is where I am.
Meerkat.
So you guys are running over the top, and I'm fucked off to the side somewhere. So you guys tend to get funneled into a frontal assault, and I'm just used to it. I said, Hulks, I've been doing this for 13 years now, so I just go sideways.
Longer than that, you liar.
Yeah, well, true. But I just know I'm too old and too slow to frontal assault. I can't twitch game, so I'll just use the side, the trees, the terrain. I'll try and get an angle on them that they can't use against me, that I can use against them. So when you guys can't see me, I can still see you, and by Christ, I can fucking hear you all. But it means I've moved sideways, and I get penalised for it, and it's annoying. And I've tried to tell you guys why, and you don't listen. So you've got to listen, which is why I'm really encouraged there's a lot of people here tonight, because it makes a difference. Frontal assault is going to just not work, and we keep doing it, and yet we keep doing it.
When you say penalised, Bluey, what do you mean by that?
Oh, I get
growled at.
You get growled at all the time. Are you too far away? And I go, well, expand your UE, or look, because I can see you. So if you had good situation awareness, you can see me.
Gotcha, yeah.
And I don't do it without saying. I just go, look. And sometimes if I'm with someone who I'm familiar with, or if they follow me, I'll go sideways with my buddy. But I've got to the point, and no offence to any of you, but I've got to the point of not following stupid orders anymore. So if you give me stupid instructions, I'll either stop altogether, or I'll interpret and move near what you said that makes sense.
Yeah.
I suppose you guys are gonna. This applies to Seccos, and goes actually down everyone. And I'm passing on what we were taught, so it's just us passing down knowledge now, and it's can I win this fight? And if you go over this hill, the reason why I ran down the hill, by the way, is actually there's like a little pocket down there that's just below the crest. You can hold like hide like a fucking 6-man team down there. You guys wouldn't even know it's there. Can I win this fight? And the answer is, if there's an enemy, one dude that you saw there, and you're like, oh cool, I killed that one dude, and you've just fucking alerted an entire infantry section that's down there. Can you win it? Maybe. Alright? But you won't know. If you start committing into an open ground like this just to chase them down, you get ambushed, then no. Because you've committed yourself to a position that you can't win. So you're always thinking about, hey, if there's an enemy there, what is going to put me in a position that I can win this fight? And every fight, alright, is towards the overarching thing, right? Every enemy section or group, enemy group that you fight is an actual enclosed battle that you have to win. And that's the nature of every mission. A series of battles that you have to do until the mission's over. That's what makes Seccos so fun. It's never the same solution to any battle, even if we run the same mission. Sorry, Hawks.
No, you're right. Yeah, I'm setting up a deck thing.
Lou, if you're talking to us on the radio, I don't even think you're on the right channel, dude.
He's on. It's to the south.
What channel are you on? 'Cause I'm on one.
No one asked that.
He's over there.
Isn't he
He's
talking on
gone
radio?
and walked away.
I can see him pushing the button, and I heard him say something about "Can you see me?" or something, but he's not on the radio channel. I'm
The radio decided it doesn't want to change channels anymore.
There we go.
I gotta change sides bluey again.
Sorry.
Sorry.
So I just said, if you guys look to your left where I am, three things. One, I can see you. I can see you on my HUD, and I can hear every word LJ said. And yet, if I'm this far away from some of you secos, you'll be pissing and moaning that I'm too far away. But if you get blown up, I'm nowhere near you. I'm still going. So, yeah, I'm getting a little sick of the heat.
I'd also like to point out the beauty of this is I can't see Bluey at all.
I can see you. I can see you moving left down the hill, but I can hear you, LJ.
Yeah, that's what but like from the enemy's perspective though, I can't see.
I now have a flank
Yeah.
and a big gun and lots of rounds.
I'm focusing on you guys, and the brick has split to engage that.
That's a nice push.
What range is your squad radar set to, Blue? Because mine at max doesn't even reach out that far.
Mate, I use it dynamically. I can't remember, I'll tell you, but I actually just, when I move away, I just keep control plus it's for my key, my hot key, and I just expand it so I can stay in touch with you guys, but it goes out to about 100 metres.
The maximum, I believe it goes is 50 in the settings.
Yeah, maybe it's 50, probably, yeah.
The thing is though, like you said,
I just changed it now to check.
He can fucking hear you guys. So even if he goes, so mine's set to 30, I think, because I think 30 for me personally is fine. But
hey, sorry, 1 second. Hey, more spec. Can you and keep running in a southerly direction until you? Can you run in a southerly direction until you can't hear people speak anymore?
Got it.
Thank you. Just to prove a point.
But you can still hear friendlies. The speaking volume is 80 meters, I think it is, we tested. So that's fucking ages away. And if you're further than 100 meters away from your group, something is very wrong at an individual basis. Like, bricks can definitely separate and go further, but yeah, like it's a whole thing entirely.
You're losing us there, Spec.
So LJ, 35 by default, and out to 50. But I'll sit at 30, 35, and then as soon as I move away, I'll just push to 50. And once I hit 50, I don't go any further. But it's only 50 meters. I can run back in 5 seconds.
Yeah, 50 meters is fucking nothing.
Alright, so LJ, you're on normal speaking volume, yes?
I'm on yelling.
You're on yelling?
Yeah,
I'm on normal hops.
I'm usually on yelling.
Can you drop down to normal for me? So everyone look out where we is now. We's past the road. That's how far away that we could hear LJ, whilst LJ's on yelling. The AI will probably hear you about the same.
Alright, we start bringing it in until you hear people and then stop.
Alright, so the other thing we're going to go over real quick, right from here, is I want to see how far away you guys think you could separate your bricks before they're not able to support each other.
Can you hear me from there already?
Can you hear us? Can you hear us? Hear us?
I did hear something. Are they still talking? Is LJ talking?
Hello,
He is, yeah.
Here.
Words and
Hello,
stuff.
There. Cool. Alright, thank you.
Alright, so that's how far away we can hear things in normal talk. Alright.
You also wonder too, Hulks, because we've talked about my sound card is good enough quality that I can hear really, really, really accurate direction.
Yeah, radar.
So yeah, it is good. So when I hear you guys talk,
Right, you can bring it in.
I can look pretty much to exactly where you are. So I imagine the AI is probably not far off that. So I can look, and within, at 50 meters, within a meter or two, I can know where you are just for you talking. So some of you guys I can follow just because you don't shut up.
It works a little bit different. It's like information gathering, right? Like, for us, it's pretty good. As soon as we hear a sound source, we can narrow that out really quickly. But think of it as information building. So, right, the closer we are, the sounds that we make, the quicker the information build. It's just like if I stand in front of you and I start talking in the dark, I know you're in front of me. Right? I don't need to fucking see you to know you're in front. Same thing works for the AI.
Alright, so the next thing, real quick, before we see what everyone's opinion is on the force overmatch sort of stuff. Alright, talking about space, getting separation, like Bluey was talking about, and then I think someone brought up with like separating your bricks. From here, how far away in a southerly direction do you reckon your other brick, whatever, like let's say you, like everyone here is in red brick, how far away could blue brick be before you cannot support them anymore?
Let's say the road. About half your weapon's max range, so what, 150 meters?
You've heard me say that before.
I have.
In this environment, that tree line.
Yep.
What was it Jonesy used to say, half guns, half visual?
Yeah, that's a vehicle thing, but it does apply to infantry as well. Alright,
I did learn this at vehicle training.
You can effectively support another call sign at about half of your effective range, which for us is about 200 meters. Most Styres or most 5.56 weapons are effective out to about 400. Alright, so I could quite comfortably send out my second brick to that other tree line, alright, and still cover them. Alright, does anyone disagree with that?
Just additional hugs, but you will consume more ammo in that effort.
Yeah, you will.
You will. You just know that.
You will.
So you'll be effective, but you'll consume more ammo than you would at 100 meters on 150.
And also, if you get engaged though,
which brick?
Engaged. Yeah. Like one group is getting engaged though, so it's not the whole infantry section. That's another reason why we're talking about space is what spreading the group out a little bit. I'd say you have to have your section the whole time this way though. Like that's a different story entirely. Like I base my section around the idea of getting crossfire at any moment's notice. So if I get into an infantry combat, like engagement I should say, then I can always get my two teams to get into some form of crossfire and cut the enemies down. But you can't do that if you're all running as a clump like this. Doesn't matter where you stand in this clump, it's going to be hard for you to break away if you engage another clump of enemy.
I'm sure they teach it in ADF, Hoxie, but like if you were to do a standard section in real life, how far what would be the distance between like one end to the other?
Depends on our formation and the terrain. In terrain like this, you're probably looking at, if we're in double column, you're probably looking at 60, 70 meters.
Mm-hmm. If we were doing like line abreast, let's say going east to west.
Oh, like spacing during an assault?
Yeah, or
100
just
meters.
an assault, yeah.
100 meters.
Okay.
Just want to clarify a thing that LJ said. When you said crossfire, were you talking like pincer or face to face? So like 45s shooting at 45 or shooting at each other with the bad guys in the middle?
Bad guys in the middle. So essentially, way I run my sections would be one group front, and then you'd have a rear element, and then they would just swing depending on terrain. And essentially what you would do is you get the enemy into a crossfire by having that swing element come around onto a flank. Because the enemy's...
onto the side.
Yeah, the enemy's attention is essentially on the group that have engaged first off. And because you have enough spacing, whether or not bullets are flying in your general direction, you have enough maneuverability. And yeah, the intent is to cut those enemies. Now, it all works on the assumption that you can kill a bunch of them on the first engagement too. But if you can't, that's where the maneuverability comes into key, because you can get onto a flank, them not directly see you, and then start engaging them before they know where you are. And the AI is manipulatable, like clay.
Yeah, right, Mega. Alright. Now, what we'll do is I'll TP us all to the airfield. Alright, there's one last thing I want you to do before we put a bit of this into practice.
You can come back, buddy. I mean, you're gonna get TP'd anyway.
I should probably grab Spectre.
Nah, don't be sure.
Alright,
Sorry, LJ, I just wanted to clarify because it still wasn't very clear. I've drawn on the map.
Oh. Yeah.
To say that's blue, red
alternate.
Red alternate.
Yep.
Which one are you talking about? Are you talking about coming around? Say that's red 1, red 2. Which one are you talking about as a crossfire?
2.
Okay, cool.
You wouldn't go behind us and just shoot each other.
Yeah, cool. That's what I wanted to clarify.
No, you're good.
Yeah,
it's always. That's the reason why I think cross, right? If you're forming if you're coming in from behind and like rear, then you're just going to shoot each other. It's always a cross.
You're talking across like that.
Enfilade.
I'm always talking, yeah, exactly like that. Like that's the intent when I run my teams at all times. It's the idea that we're always going to form some form of cross in an engagement, and you can cut those enemies apart real quick. But that rear element, which in red is in this case, in this example, is always going to have to move at speed. Like on first engagement, it is a deciding factor, right? If you're fucking around and assessing what's happening and you're spending 2 minutes while blue brick's engaged, you've lost the element of surprise. And by the time you get into a position to assist Blue Brick, they've taken casualties because you fucked around for too long.
Yeah, cool. I just wanted to clarify that because
100%.
I don't know if that's my misunderstanding or I don't know, fucking bullshit I've learned off movies is wrong. But crossfire to me is head to head. So you're shooting at each other. That's how how it's always been in my brain.
Oh no, my bad. I just assume like visual aspects to the way I think. So when I think cross, it's the way the bullets are flying essentially from friendlies on enemies.
Yeah. So north to south, east to west, cross.
Yeah.
Maybe not so much cross, LJ is a cross.
Yes.
Because you're firing across the front.
Yeah.
90 degrees.
So the way crossfire works is that. If you look on the map over us, that is crossfire.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there you
go. Now we'll do one last discussion before we do a QDE. We'll put you to the test, see if you can maneuver a bit better against AI for the QDE. But I have set up a series of various AI groups. Alright, you can all see what they are from here. What I want you to do is I want you to stand in front of the largest group that you think a standard AAF section should be able to kill. Sorry, not should, can. Can win in a head-to-head fight.
Assume we have lat?
Assume you have everything a standard section would have.
What about terrain cover?
Lat, 40 mil. Let's assume it's something like, it's not an open field, but it's not urban, it's just green roll, like, trees, rocks, etc. But for the vehicle call signs, it's enough sparsity for the vehicles to move. I want you to stand in front of the call sign, the force out there that you think a section should be able to deal with.
Is that truck full?
No, the truck's empty. So the infantry next to the truck represent what would be in the truck.
I feel like I'm being too easy going, but I'm pretty sure this is something we encounter quite often. The truck full of infantry.
More, how often do we see a BTR someone pulls out lat and they instantly get taken apart?
Yeah, that's what I was like.
The only thing I factored in with that, the only thing I factored into that is how many lats do we have and what happens if they miss.
The left-hand side of the truck, as you guys look at it, is part of the truck section. Just so everyone's aware. Yep, we know.
Oh, that side.
Cool.
I thought that was separate.
That one.
Yeah. Yeah, because they're in formation with the truck. Yeah.
Even then, if they're inside the truck, it's really
It's
bad
just
for
how
them getting out.
it's just how the mechanized are. And I assume he just means like this, how it is now.
I think I've seen more squad wipes against BTRs than I do seeing a truck.
That's what I was like. It just takes for the one dude with the
Oh,
lat or
let's-
whatever it is to die, and then everybody's screwed. Pretty
Yeah,
well.
let's try to pick a corner against the BTR.
I've seen that go very well.
Yeah.
I've seen that go wrong every time.
Arma AI with 14.5 is very deadly.
Alright.
You cut out.
No, I stopped, hang on. Right, so, starting from the far left-hand side as you started, which is we. Alright, that is a standard section, 8 on 8 out there. Alright, what's your reasoning for that being the largest force here?
Same as what we discussed before. One-to-ones for P4s. You can maybe stretch it out and get a couple more, but generally a one-to-one's going to be about as far as a section will handle.
Alright, Z, what do you reckon with the Russian squad being 12?
You could probably do it, but with quite a few casualties.
You reckon we'd still come out on top there?
Probably.
Okay. Why not the motorised section to your right?
I think you'd probably get that too.
Okay. Someone from your motorised group, who reckons, like, or who wants to explain why you reckon that's the largest?
I think I think on too many occasions we've seen when a truck rolls up, a lot of that infantry is condensed right behind, so it's quite a narrow after fire to eliminate quite a significant number of troops. It's only got one way out of that vehicle.
Why is that any different, in your opinion, to the BTR one, like the next one up?
That one's armor.
I think the
has an
BTR
autocannon.
has the opportunity to shoot back at you and cause a lot of hurt, whereas in a truck it doesn't really have guns on it to shoot at you as it's dismounting. And that comes down to reliance on whether someone actually hits that vehicle with a AT versus if they miss, then it can be a whole different situation.
Can you eliminate that vehicle without AT?
Possible, depending on the type of small arms you're carrying.
Okay, cool. Someone from the BTR 80.
I
think
it
just
definitely depends on what gear I've got in my section. I mean, if I've got AT, then one latchstick will take it. GLs will take it. If I've got an MG that's 7.62, you can just pen the shit out of it. There's plenty of ways to take out something that's lighter skinned like that. So it definitely depends on what gear you've got in the section. But even if you're down on most of that, if I've only got 5.56s and MG, and you know we're running low on GLs, maybe the latchstick's being used, then I wouldn't push it. But with any of those three, you can reliably take out something like that before it gets a chance to dismount. Especially GLs are going to kill half of the people inside it. If you can pen it with 7.62, you can kill everybody inside it, including the gunner, before they even get a chance to shoot. I could take this on fairly reliably. The one to my right, though, is pushing it a bit.
I also feel like with a truck, you can have every single gun in your section shooting at it. As opposed to BCR, you have to wait for your GL or LAT to take it out while the infantry can get away from it.
Not to mention
the GL and LAT can miss once, but you're not going to miss with 5 guns.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Macro and LG, you guys were between the 80 and the 90, weren't you?
Yep.
What's the reasoning there?
Maneuver and kill. Split the section, get one section to take the brunt using cover and concealment, usually cover, and then get the maneuver element to come around the side and hit up the lat or GL.
Hey Hogs, can I ask a question?
Yeah, shoot.
If you were to not go halfsies on either or, like, what if it was just a defined either or pick?
I personally think all of these are able to be taken on. Just depends on what tactics you employ.
Yeah.
Tactics here, but I think I'm kind of shooting for reliability over.
Yeah.
Can we?
Me when my AT doesn't listen and just tries to shoot it and dies in an open place.
Well, that's why I came here, because reliably waiting on somebody with AT. For example, if you give me the AT, I wouldn't want to be anywhere near it because I'll miss the first shot and die.
And LSW on its own can just about do a lot of damage to this truck, even just the GO on its own.
Basically, LJ was summing it up that the big difference between the 90 and the 80 is that the 90 has an AGS, which is an automatic grenade launcher, which is fucking nasty. That can wipe the section in half a bit. Yeah, the 90 has an autocannon, AGS, coax, and ATGM. It is a fucking killer.
So I picked because I don't give a shit about the ATGM or the autocannon, but the AGS, that's a problem.
Yeah, exactly, which is why LJ is 50-50 on it.
Hey Pally, I think the autocannon's still a problem. Like, they destroy us a lot.
They do, but LJ is right. Majority of the rounds coming out of an autocannon are going to be AP, which are, you know, vehicle killers, not infantry killers. So more often than not, you're going to have more of a problem with the coax or the AGS.
Yeah, I've killed a zillion BTRs, but GLs are not to be fucked with.
No.
I'm changing my answer because of that GL. And
Fair
only
enough,
because
that's
of it.
Yep. Alright, I've got Wii setting up the QDE real quick, but let's go over some lat stick usage real quick. So I'll bring everyone in.
Explain what I said over the. I might as well explain what I said over the radio then, because
Yeah,
I
go on.
completely forgot about the radios. So, Acker and I were kind of sitting over where we were, and I would say 95% of the time, the standard BTR would be something we can confidently take on. Just based on its capabilities, you put it onto a flank and you can neutralize that. It's only got one gun, and that being a coax of some form. The 90, on the other hand, with its capabilities, the AGS is the biggest threat to us next to the coax. The autocannon, if it was running explosive rounds, would also be pretty bad. Most of the time it's AP though, and that's its priority as its round type. So anything with an autocannon is generally something to be cautioned over. The ones there to the left over there, the one that doesn't have a fucking autocannon on top of it, are pretty confident. I would say an infantry section, 1 8-man team with a standard loadout can take on.
Is the 80 Alpha also AP by default? Because I swear they're usually explosive.
No,
I swear they're explosive.
The crew can swap between them.
Yeah, they have AP, they have HE, they have HEI. It's all dependent on what the crew has selected and whether the AI decides to fucking mix it up.
Okay.
Alright. But what we'll go over now, I will bring the Arsenal over and you can kit out with AT4s because it seems to be that most mission makers drop that rather than M72s. But that's the teleport flag, that is not what I wanted.
I was going to give you all RPG 26s tomorrow, except I tested them on the BTR 90s and they didn't work, so you get RPGs instead.
So what I want you to do is I want 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 people.
I'm not secco in this.
No, we're not. We're just going to test the AT sticks. Oh. So I want 9 people to grab an M136.
Hey, Pally.
Hello.
RPG 26 is 100% are very good.
Yes.
And the issue is, unlike an AT4, an M72, or an RPG, they require skill to use. If you haven't used them before, you are going to miss. And then it is a waste of a round.
For tomorrow, the RPGs have optics, and I'm going to take my map gunners out to an airfield somewhere and let them get a few test shots off first, because I know people don't all know how to use the RPG scope.
The classic.
Alright.
No.
What we're going to do now. So,
Russian, I'll show you.
The vehicle in front of us, the UAS. Alright?
Yeah.
Can an AT4 kill that?
Yes.
Yes.
Wouldn't use it.
Yeah, should you even bother?
It's a waste.
Cool. Alright.
No. 5.56 to kill it.
Who is far left? Matt. Hit it with your AT4. Just cause. Everyone get out from behind him.
What if I wanted to?
Oh, didn't explode.
Didn't explode.
Yeah, nice.
This one.
Dismount, shoot him. I'm kidding.
Alright, but it's decrewed.
Bang, bang, bang.
So that is effectively kept. Dead.
Yeah.
Now.
This one.
Oh yeah.
Truck.
It's just got like fiddly
Can
sights.
an
That's
AT4
what
kill
you should
that?
have done.
Yes. Yeah, definitely.
Yes. Would you do it?
No.
No.
Most people don't know that it and the other RPG have alternate sights,
Just fucking punt
like
around.
control right click
Alright,
to get aimable sights.
It's worse when you do that.
Yeah, they're
Beamer,
awful.
You've already gone. Fucking someone else with an
I'm not
M136.
saying they're good.
Mr. Blue?
Kill it.
Sure.
Mr. Blue's over here.
Mr. Blue
Yeah,
can go.
Albert's
but I
got it.
the Albert, you go.
Back glass not clear. Move to your left. Over.
Who's planning on going?
You're clear?
I don't have
Albert.
an AT4.
Yeah, I got the one that was in the kit that I
Cool.
stole originally.
Dismount. BTR 60.
Yes, definitely.
Cool. Alright. Someone give it a crack.
Oh, shut up. So he's trained.
I was gonna say,
You're
like,
up,
my
mate.
MG could fucking kill that. I don't
Very
know. It's
cool.
worse than AT on it.
You're up, dude.
Hell yeah.
Slap it.
You're clear.
Slap
that
disable
one.
the
Take
fucking...
one.
Disable that gun on that thing and that thing's just...
Got it in backfire.
Ammo rack, cruise dead.
Truck.
BTR 80.
Sure.
This one's got a
Funny
bit
if
more
it
armor.
cooked off after that.
Doesn't
Yes.
matter.
Go for it, Pally.
Pally?
Just looking for it to
This one I wouldn't deploy
Just hit it.
MG on.
Wherever.
This would be
I don't
GL and AT.
Found a kill spot. I made it.
Right. Dead.
By the
BTR
way, if
80A. This usually scares a lot of people.
For
Alright.
good fucking reason.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
The
But
only thing is
It's
the
the
current.
sound.
in terms of its armor value, it is the same vehicle.
Hmm.
Alright, so someone hit this one.
Damn.
Jesus
Cool.
Christ.
Dead.
Same vehicle, just a lot
Yeah.
angrier.
Oh, you're fine. You didn't get hit with
90.
that.
From the side,
Cool.
yes.
Go on, someone hit it. With
I
an
want to see what happens when
M136.
it's hit from the front.
The 90 is not that much more armoured.
No. Someone with an
If
M136
not,
hit it.
if not at all, then the 80 that you
Isaac.
just engaged.
Do you make it out black
Oh,
box?
okay. Over in the front?
No, it's
Split. Oh, it's fine.
it's still pretty much the same chassis, like I said. It's just slightly more mobile and smaller.
Bimpy.
It's-
Right,
Me
okay.
too.
That weakened it, it's not fair.
Mr. Blue's good to hit it.
Go.
Oh god, he's on fire.
Man's on fire.
Oh, the humanity.
Alright, now we're getting to the scary ones.
Burn.
These ones people
Ooh.
always run away from. Can
one.
this,
Yeah.
can this be killed with an M136?
Yes.
Yeah,
sure.
here from the side
Multiple
or
of them,
rear.
yes.
Alright, let's assume just one. Alright, someone hit it in the front with an M136.
Go for
Yeah,
the
right.
turret.
No,
Alright.
got it.
Is that a 72 or a 55?
Wait, who's
72.
72
for the
like
front.
a push.
What about low basics? Does that work in
There
armor?
you go.
Alright.
Oh,
It's
never mind.
0 damage.
You killed
Alright.
the driver though.
No, he didn't. No, she didn't. It killed nothing. So, from the front,
idle for too long.
not effective.
Can I try something from the front?
Over on the turret?
Low bases?
Now hit it.
Yeah, there you go, nice.
Thing is though, most of us, the reason why we waste so much AT
Go for it, Albert.
is because we mostly engage these when they're driving at us. And everyone's first indication is to use AT on the vehicle that is driving at us.
Yeah.
Got to jog off to the side.
So, alright, let that thing drive past you or next to you and hit it in the side or the arse, and suddenly a section
Thank
can
you.
kill an MBT. That's right. Alright, now, obviously I'm not going to shoot the T90 from the front. Let's just burn this.
None of us will. It's just
Alright, so now someone hit this from the side.
Mr. Blue will.
Go.
I'll hit it.
You have angered it.
Angry red eyes.
And then disabled it.
Its
Look at
right,
that fucking
its
red eye.
right track is 50% damage, engine 90% kill. Right, so 2 M136s can M kill it, but that thing will still kill you.
After the
Alright.
first one, did you see how it was?
Yeah, the first one it did not care.
Okay.
For the first
Now-
one hit in the
Oh, the first shot though.
I mean, I purposely
Everyone,
aim for
come
attacks on
come
it.
join me by the tank. Let me show you something.
I also like to point out that tank crews can also hear you if you try and sneak up on them. So don't start talking if you want to sneak up on a tank.
Which is
Oh,
very
it's got
silly.
fucking reactive armor.
Obviously,
Oh, it does
2
too.
M136s were required to take this thing even kind of out, yes?
Yes.
Which is an entire section's worth of gear. But what I want you to do, and I'm not expecting everyone to be able to do this, because fuck me, it's a hard shot. Alright, it is a purely the opportunity arises. Alright, I wouldn't go hunting this type of shot ever. I wouldn't try and make the shot on a moving tank. Alright, but everyone looks at the road wheel down this end of the track. Right? You notice it has sprockets or teeth. Right? That is what drives the track. That is what pulls and pushes the track along the wheels, right, from the engine. If you hit that, even with an M72, right, you will M-kill this tank. You will
Really?
M-kill any vehicle if you hit
Yeah,
its drive sprocket
you'll
with an
destroy the track
M72.
of it.
Yeah,
Alright,
break the track
so
and they stop moving.
everyone step away from it. Someone with an M72.
Oh, got it.
Smack that drive
I didn't know
sprocket.
Arma registered that.
Yeah, it's the same with destroying wheels and vehicles.
Because that is where.
Rocket, rocket, rocket.
No.
Oh, well, there you go.
Kill.
And now they've dismounted.
Oh, because the right one, sorry, is right. It can't. Only
Because the crew has determined that vehicle is now useless. Even though it's not, its gun is fully effective. Right? But they have deemed that tank ineffective. Suddenly, a standard section in an mostly that would be most effective in an urban environment. You have now taken out a T90 with probably the weakest lat stick we possess. All right, so there is some serious advantage that you can get by letting a tank drive past you. All right, don't think you have to slap the tank from 300 meters away with a Hail Mary. All right, and hope that your ammo racket. Hide. Let the thing drive up to you. Smack it in its tracks. Dismount it. Smack it in the ass. You know, you can also aim for the turret ring. All right, if anyone doesn't know what the turret ring is, it's the like very tiny, but small gap between the turret and the hull. If you hit that, you fucking T-kill the tank and it can't use its turret. All right. So there are things you can do if you are smart.
Barrel as well, right?
Yes. All right.
If you absolutely have to shoot at it from the front, you can disable the tracks by shooting them from the front, but
yeah,
obviously it's a much smaller target, so...
Same thing with the drive sprocket, alright? I wouldn't go aiming at that unless you don't have any other choice, or if the tank's stopped. Alright? But there are things, if you be smart about things, you can turn the advantage in your favour, alright, when it very wasn't to begin with. Alright?
Hawks, just for demonstration's sake, could you get someone to shoot the exhaust pipe?
Sure.
I just want to see if that's effective like it is on other tanks.
Yeah, I mean, if you hit it in the rear third, you're gonna do some damage to the engine.
Yeah,
See that
Because the engine's across the whole rear of it. You don't have to hit the exhaust.
Someone give it a crack.
Oh, yeah, see the black slit there?
He's got A2.
Where's the
Yeah.
exhaust pipe?
When the thing's turned on, you can see
Hit it.
heat waves coming out of it.
Hit it with an M72.
Do it out with...
Hit it with an M72,
Oh, no,
not an
wait.
M1.
The black slip?
No,
No,
it's
not you,
Sutek will
Albert.
do it.
Hit it with Sutek. Sutek will hit it.
Okay, so that doesn't work on T90s. Good to know.
You got it at a weird angle. If you come perpendicular,
It could
you'll
have
do more
missed.
effect to it. If you come out to where Doc's standing.
Fire!
Boom.
He was going to fire at it.
Oh, sorry.
Good to know.
Hang on.
No, thanks for helping test that.
That's alright.
You should be able to take out the barrel with a lat as well, right?
Fucking hit the barrel with it.
Okay, this is real close. I'm
The
backing up.
thing that Hulks is trying to point out is effectiveness, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Guys,
sure, it can be done.
Go nuts.
But, see, off you go. You got this.
Backblast clear.
You're clear.
You missed.
That's right. Happens to all of us, it's fine.
Yeah, I'm thinking like if you have to hit it from the front, the barrel could be an option.
No, you fucking
What,
avoid it.
what are your chances of hitting that?
Well, you have, I don't know. It's pretty much the top front of the turret, so...
Kev, can you win the fight?
No. But I'm saying if you have to, then that's a spot to aim for. But it's not ideal, no.
That's where I was getting at with just let the thing drive past you.
Yeah,
especially urban. One of the biggest things in urban when we're trying to defend, let's say, a town, I see is people engaging armored vehicles at range where the armored vehicle has the advantage. Alright? You need to give yourself the advantage, or if you can't, you need to level the playing field. And how many of you here have been in a training session where I've tried to show you how to screen a vehicle through an urban complex? Tried to show an infantry section how to screen a vehicle and protect a vehicle in a town. How fucking hard is that?
It's a pain.
It's a pain in the ass. Alright, an urban complex completely negates any advantage an armoured vehicle has. Alright?
Wow.
Even if you are defending a town, you don't lose the town if you let a tank drive in. Because even if you don't kill it, if you kill it on the MSR into a town, suddenly you've blocked that MSR. Alright? You now have to force the enemy to maneuver away from their main avenue.
Quick question. Earlier you said a T90 would be most effective inside an urban environment. Did I mishear you, or is there a contradiction I'm not aware of?
No, I said I probably meant to say ineffective. T90 is utter garbage in urban. All armored vehicles are.
All tanks certainly are.
Yeah, even IFVs. Like I don't know a single IFV that could take multiple MAT rounds from close range. There
Oh,
isn't
no,
a single.
definitely not. But IFEs stand a slightly better chance, just because they're designed for.
But there's put them in urban, they're
ambush prone.
Fucking oath.
Yeah, that's what I
big
thought.
Objects, they move, they make a lot of noise, and they're very easy to locate even if you can't see them.
Cool. Thank you, Holtzy. Either
That's
you
right.
misspoke or I misheard. One way or the other, we got to sort
No,
it.
you're right. All good. Now, we're going to go on with the QDE, and you're going to get something you don't normally get, which is the ability to see a position and then prep for it.
Since I got in not too long ago, which group should I join?
We'll sort that in a sec once we decide on the mission.
Sure.
Alright, so as your 2 sections, you're going to go through and use everything you've learnt tonight, right, everything we've discussed tonight, to assault this compound. Let me move the arsenal box over for everyone. Alright, so take your time, take a look at it, see what it's got, look at the terrain, decide on the best course, best avenue to hit this thing and how you should do it with your 2 sections. Alright, and then you are going to push in and you're going to use what we learnt tonight to take it. Alright, once your 2 secos are happy, whoever that seems to be, once I give you some seco kits.
Be right back. Ken's still here.
Alright, there are now CLS kits and seco kits available. Whoever your CLSs are, let me know and I'll make them CLSs.
Mr. Blue is volunteering for 1-1 CLS.
You motherfucker.
Wait, I thought you were Seco.
No, I don't want that responsibility.
Yeah, I'll take it if no one else is going to do it.
Oh, LJ?
Okay.
Take that as a no.
What's it?
What now?
Wait, you're asking Sutek?
Nobody else wanted to take Seco. Our Seco has decided he wants to
I was
be
volunteering for a medic.
medic.
Okay, medic then.
Yeah, you can go see. I mean,
Mr.
focus.
Blue went medic.
And then go back to the 1-1 and just click my name and just
1-0,
promote.
so.
Actually, alright, I can just take over anyway.
Alright, so who are the CLSs?
I was almost
Mr.
there.
Blue.
And talk via zeros. Well, technically 1-3s now.
Torque girl's got it.
I would much prefer someone who is in 1-0 that isn't Maka or myself to take us, or Bluey, because I gain almost nothing from doing this.
Someone else do it.
And that is not tooting my own horn, it's just I have done this so many times that I'm not going to get anything from it, and I'd rather much get someone else in here who has not learnt to do this.
And wants to do it.
That wants to.
I don't necessarily want to, but I'll do it.
It's a good learning tool, it's isolated. Like, we're going
Right,
to break it down
so-
afterwards.
We'll all discuss this as a group. Would normally, obviously, it'd just be secos and platoon commanders, etc. Once everyone's done with the box.
Which one's meant to be CLS?
The CFA.
ETF.
Someone else might want to take LSW then, because that's what I was doing.
I'll take it, dude. Just
The
because
1-0.
you took my role, I'll take yours.
Alright, so looking at this compound, alright, what direction do you guys think is probably best? Just looking at the terrain, not the actual combat itself, just the terrain, which way is the best way to hit this thing from?
Southeast most.
Southeast?
I would
Yeah.
say to the east.
With the building and the hay bales.
West?
Alright, so let's discuss southeast. Why southeast?
High ground, building position, and closer, bigger tree line.
What high ground do you see out there?
Never mind, low ground, disregard.
Okay, cool. Alright.
Well, I was actually thinking the low ground on that southeast side can be good, especially when you're going up against the towers, because if they've got guns on them, you can come in under the guns. Having the fence line a little closer to the compound, the trees are a lot closer from the southeast. The forest everywhere else around it is a fair distance to cover. You've also got the building and everything. If you do need hard cover, it's not too far to, if you have to retreat, take casualties, things like that, you've at least got some hard cover there.
You also got some nice hay bales between you and the objective for some intermediate cover.
The houses
That cluster houses.
Who's got another direction?
Fish and BMAT do.
Southwest. Southwest? Why southwest?
There's a few trees back there to cover your approach, but then there's some hard cover right there to take cover behind and either shoot from or SBF and move through the field and whatnot.
Anyone get anything else?
North,
Why north?
because we're able to shoot down. We're able to shoot down over the Hescos into the base.
Okay. But as I remember, this is an assault direction. Right? So how quickly are you going to lose that advantage during the assault?
Oh, there's
Yeah,
a
the
fucking
thing is,
BTR up
if you
there.
can see over the Hescos, everybody behind those Hescos can see all of you.
A BTR or a truck?
It's a BTR.
That's a truck.
No,
Truck
Mac
moving
Mac
to the north-northeast.
Yeah, Mac is talking about the one driving. Alright, so
That's a wreck.
it is, so the way I would hit this is I would have the assaulting force come in from the northwest. Reason being is there's a big clump of trees that you can progress down in. Alright, and that gets you relatively close, but then you've also got the trees along the road, which provide a little bit more. Alright. There is no perfect way to hit this from because you've got to go through an open field in all directions.
Yeah,
Okay?
it's
Not so open field, there's lots of
There is lots of
concealment and
hay
cover.
bales. Yeah, there is lots of hay bales, yes, but there isn't any trees right on the edge of the compound, which would obviously be ideal.
There's also one other thing to support Northwest that you can't really see from here, but it is there, is that there's none of those little bunkers staring in that direction on that corner.
Yeah.
We're going purely off terrain though for now.
Yeah.
Unhappy with Northwest? Against
Yeah.
it? Anyone want to contest it?
I'd contest it purely because the same merits apply to southeast, so it's sort of just a pick your poison.
Okay.
Yeah, I still personally do southeast because of the heavy tree cover you can retreat back into.
Looking at the map,
by
the trees
my
are equidistant.
with Fish and BMAT. Even though BMAT's not really included in the leadership, he did have a good idea, and so does Fish. I do southwest as well.
I was just picking
See, that's kind of like what I would do.
To be honest, if I was looking at doing that, having a SBF position in those buildings and using that low ground to actually get up closer and also approach from a different angle rather than just one single direction.
Really, I'd say the best would be to have a section, like the other section, covering from the southwest buildings and then the assault from the southeast.
Yeah. All that,
The
yeah,
old
that's true.
crossfire that was
So,
talking about.
the two secos, which way do you guys want to hit this from? We've had a discussion now, decision time. There are no right or wrong decisions here, this is all about learning, so between the two of you, which way you want to come in from? Fish?
Yeah, we can do southwest. What direction? Are we supposed to collectively agree on this, or is it? Okay, I thought we just meant as in working together.
Nah, because the way we're going to do this, alright, is you're going to have an SBF section and an assaulting section. So right now, we're determining the assault direction. Alright, so which way are you guys going to assault from? Whichever section does it.
If that's the case, Fish, do you want us to assault from the southeast and you, from the southwest buildings, you can be SBF?
Oh, that was what my intention was, but I think we're supposed to be doing it from the same direction. Is that correct?
No. You don't
No?
have to SPS from the same direction.
That was at least my train of thought was.
There's a tree line southwest. Will SBF have ice?
There is a little bit of trees, but if you turn around, you can see
So-
the buildings.
Right now, you guys are in a thinking loop. All right. The way you get out of that loop is you pick one problem, you solve that problem, you move on. Right now, the problem is which direction do you want to assault this compound from?
Southeast.
Are you happy with that, Fish, or you want to change?
Yeah.
All right,
Do you have light tech?
We will recap. We'll make sure we've got that.
Good.
All right.
You're
so
gonna fucking need it.
the assault direction is from the southeast. So next problem, the SBF.
SBF, I would like to position that to the southwest.
Okay,
That in
why?
saying is that assault can then also not only that, but use their GLs to put smokes while they push up to get close, but it still gives us a clear line of sight into the actual compound to provide suppressive fire.
It also splits the AI's fire between two sides, so that they're not all shooting at the section as a whole. We're dividing their effectiveness essentially.
Yep.
Yeah, I think we're on the same page.
Anyone got any other directions that a good SBF could work from?
East would be the only other one that I would say, but I think either east or southwest is good.
At this stage, as long as someone's sitting and fucking shooting, it's going to go well, I
Yeah,
think.
pretty much. Yeah.
Fuck me.
So, the southwest, I would personally be against because A, it's hard to get there, and B, it's hard to get out of should you need to. If you need to break away from that SBF because you get overwhelmed or the assaulting force gets wiped out or whatever, it's going to be very hard for you to break away from that direction based on the terrain.
You've got a gully there. It'll take you right away.
Yeah, you do, but it's a bit of an open run, especially if those vehicles start moving.
Yeah, I was going to say, the only thing is, if you wanted us to go from the northwest, as an example, we couldn't come in from the southeast because we'd start shooting each other or overshoot. So
no.
It'd be, you need to have those certain angles. So whether or not players chose northwest or not, northeast is probably the worst angle to come in from. So you've got your three arcs to kind of work your way around.
Personally, if you guys are assaulting from the southeast, I would SBF from the northeast. That way both sections move through the same tree line, they're still relatively together, they can still support each other on the infill, and they both have a big clump of trees that they can withdraw away into. It still splits up, it gives you all the advantages that you wanted from the southwest, whilst, in my eyes, providing more cover and concealment on both the infill and the exfil. The only difference is there's no buildings, but looking at those buildings, they're not going to do you much good anyway.
Would you say whereabouts that Dreamlight Circle would be a good SBF spot then?
That was pretty much where I thought about it.
Let them make the decision. Because at the moment, the only major threat that I can see is their BTR.
Yeah, I'm just providing food for thought.
Yeah.
Alright, so, decision time. SBF position, where are we thinking?
Fish, are you still wanting to go southwest, or are you changing?
I mean, I've still been, from at least what I can see, I was still pretty happy with southwest, but.
Okay.
Yep.
Alright, so we're gonna have 1-1 assaulting from the southeast, 1-2 on SBF southwest. Is everyone happy with that?
Hey Albert,
Yeah.
join 1-2 please.
What I'll get you to do now, both secos, re-kit your sections, drop the M136s, drop back to the M72s with the kits that I've provided. Alright, and then tell me when you're ready and I'll move your sections out to some starting positions. Alright, and then we can go from there.
Helistock is ready.
Who am I with?
Have you got no one?
I've got no one. No.
Oh, sorry.
Join on one.
No, both of you join onto 1-3 unless Blue wants to partake. And that way you can bolster Fish.
Right, so I'm joining you.
No, you're joining 1-3.
If everyone
Actually,
in 1-1's
not
ready,
1-3,
just
wait.
come over this way.
No, it's weird. Sorry.
It's because sections have moved.
Because they moved around. So 1-3, Underfish, F, and Albert.
All right, and remembering that when we run up, we don't stop the helpful wounded. We shoot everyone first.
Yeah. Rifleman first, medic second.
Are you Valve? Do you reckon Valve?
It's going to be a learning curve, but that's what training is for.
I've been listening.
Gotcha. Shoot the medics.
I mean,
Not like the fact that we have no GLs.
Let's have GLs.
Oh, you've got GLs. Sweet.
Oh, no, okay.
Secco does
Yep.
not. Lats have GLs. Because we're going to need those smokes.
Simiwis, are you? Oh, I thought you were Latin. Never mind.
No, I'm just a rifleman.
Oh, docs are out of Lat.
Where do you starting? Where do you want to start?
Sutek, you happy?
Obviously, you
Yeah,
both
we're
know
good.
where you're going to. Are we going to start somewhere out near like the farm, as an example?
Oh, I'm just gonna put them both in that away direction for their positions.
Yeah.
So it's not really about the patrol there. It's more about once you're there, what do you do? Everyone jump onto your respective short-range radio channels.
What's that channel?
Allow me to grab
It's
We're on channel
Channel
1.
one, just
We
stay
should
where
be
you
on
are.
one.
Alright.
So they can hear the long range.
Long range check.
What's that second vehicle to the southwest?
One kit as well.
I think it's a truck.
Yeah, it's a truck. I see it now.
It's a truck. Relax.
Yeah, good to go.
Speaking of truck,
Wrong net.
do you want trucks too?
Yeah, I haven't sorted my fucking radios. Yeah, good to go. Need to fucking do my ears.
Mood. So we need to move 400 meters. Yeah.
Oh,
Alright.
400 meters. Fuck.
What we do, how we do. Who's leading?
1-1's pretty good
Sutek.
at the moment. Fish, if you guys want to start pushing up and get into a position before we start getting too close, let me know once you guys are in a decent spot.
Now watch there be a patrol here. That'd be funny.
There is a patrol.
Right.
Oh,
Don't
even
say
better.
that.
I've
It's not
seen
a
it.
moon.
There's
It's
no
going
such
around the-
things.
It's going around the base.
Alright, for now, let's just move a little southwest, get in the trees down here so that we at least get some cover and, away from prying eyes.
Yeah,
So the play here is we're just gonna take cover. We're already fairly close to where I want to be assaulting from. I'm gonna wait for 1-2 to get up into an SBF position a little more, and then we're gonna start to push up towards it once they're a little closer. Once we do get eyes, I might get blue on the left, red on the right. Who's got our GLs?
So Zach does.
Alright. One in each brick, sweet. Alright, cool. So the moment that we start engaging...
Contact north.
Did they push up?
You guys good?
What was that about the moment we start engaging?
Yeah, slowly start pushing up.
I can't see anyone.
Roger.
Alright, blue on left, red on right. Let's get lines, start pushing towards the tree line.
Machine gun lifting up on the
Big engage from the top.
Mr. Boys.
Detects down.
Hoxie and LJ said, what should we be doing?
Fire. Isaac with me on the right.
Alright, let's start getting
Prep
some smoke on that base. 1-2 is now in SBF position. They're going to start drawing some fire. We want to smoke them, we want to blind them as much as we can.
Roger, send up smokes.
That was a miss on the GL.
PTR's coming in if someone's got flat on that.
Stop, sure.
Blue team, move northeast, get cover behind the building.
I don't see it. Leftish. Sees me.
Ready, you guys able to swing around northeast and get eyes on that PTR?
Act northeast.
Want me to leave Mr. Blue here?
Brian, I need your help to take a shower.
How bad is he?
No way.
He needs medical attention. He's already needing CLS.
Do this with me. I can't go back there.
Yeah, Roger.
I'm sorry.
PTR's down.
I can just hold security on him while you push
I
up.
was so young.
Yeah, Blue's our medic. Try and
When they put me
drag
in the
him up, patch
I
him up.
figured it was just to rub my tummy.
I've got
I'm
two
not gonna-
wounded here as well.
I'm not gonna drag him up. He has 7 revulsion.
They stripped me
Yeah, Roger.
down like an animal.
Pally and Isaac have made it not too bad. Try to do that. Alright, everyone else, smoke the bush. Roger will suppress.
Water just kept coming. I tried to fight back, but I was half blind from the soap. At first, Peter tried to bathe me from the side, but then he realized it'd be easier if he got in. When it was over, they just wiped
Tyler's getting inside the building.
beach towel and threw me in the
Never
yard.
mind, we'll not.
I didn't get a parade. Hell, I didn't even get a chew toy.
Hazmat talking guns, you start.
Brian, I need your help. Don't shoot. Marcos?
How many reds up?
Hands over your head!
Sumi's still up. I'm bringing Mr. Blue to the building.
Stop resisting! Check out that arsenal. These guys are
Remember to
all
wait a
out for
full 2
something big.
seconds.
Small-time dealers, my ass.
Z, you up?
Dacre Street. Suspect in the courtyard, headed for the fence.
Z is not up.
Do not move. Get down! Shorty?
Reloading.
Across the street. Wait, you know him? Shorty.
Act.
Marcos Guzman's little brother.
I got Z and down over it.
Can you get out? Get out of the car slowly. What's he got in his hand? Put your other hand out, up! Right hand! 3 fingers severed. This Mora cartel sent soldiers from Mexico.
Alright, walk the gun, whatever it's called.
They're gonna kill our families.
Trying to
There's the
continue
Mora
drawing
cartel
fire.
soldiers in the U.S.
Yeah, Roger.
The wave is to stockpiling weapons. They're expecting the cartel. They're getting ready for a street war. Looks like it already started. Hands in the air! Don't shoot. Marcos, what are you doing here? Hands over your head! Hey, easy, man. What the? Stop resisting. Check out that arsenal. These guys are arming up for something big. Small-time.
Yeah, this is 1. We've just lost our medic. We are in definite mass cas. We're going to have to pull out of here. We're taking way too many casualties.
Fish, are you in channel 3?
No, I'm not in channel 3. Channel 2, mate. Alright, we're gonna make a push for this wall. Red team's gonna hold Blue once you're bounding up to the compound. We got smoke currently on it now.
1-1, this is 1-3. We're about to begin our bound now. I'm going to send 1-5 team across with that smoke cover. Roger, we'll start to suppress now then.
How is she?
Fatal, not happening.
Alright,
But she was
anyone
fucked.
who
Yeah.
has a
Sorry, Z, hit respawn.
start suppressing the compound. Do we still have anyone with GLs?
Hello, Z. I tried hiding behind a tree. I pressed E to look out to see what was shooting at
Right,
us.
we're gonna leave you with it. We're gonna deal with casualties, see if we can
I
get
got
people
hit by
back
the
in there with
BTR,
you once
fell
you're
over
cleared.
and tried to hide behind a tree, but landed up just shooting me in
do
the
you
head
require
several
medic?
times.
We'll come to
I mean,
you.
you
You
lasted
finish
longer
clearing
than
first.
me. I lasted like 2 minutes.
Roger, we'll be here.
I think
And
I was
I'm-
laying
and
on
I'm
the
the
floor
medic.
most of the time.
You know, everybody would have been alive if I was alive, but I was the first one to go down. But I literally walked up to a tree, was pressing E to like, look and like zoom in so I can look at the tower to see what was on it. And then all I see is blackness, and I'm like, well, that's unfortunate.
I'm not sure how they're doing.
I'm
Negative C died.
Oh no.
Boys also dead.
Yeah, Sutek's trying to save
There
me.
we go.
That's got the LSW down.
Howdy, partner.
Hello. I'm more
It's
than
a-
certain I went behind a tree, safety cover,
Oh,
I pressed
no,
E,
I'm
and I got headshotted straight away by something scary that I didn't know was there.
You would have been hit that one with turrets on the roof.
Ooh. Yeah, probably.
50 going through a tree hitting you, they definitely will overpen and kill you. But I put
This
you
is
back
one.
just because...
We are just crossing the field now, heading towards the compound. If you guys give us cover, that'd be great.
Here's a phone question. Who's going to get built by the cookoff? Well, let's see what happens with 1-1 when they get hit by this section that comes in.
Would you prefer to continue
I've
spectating?
put a
Are you talking to me?
I've put a bigger force in the
I'm
north.
down for whatever. I think I died fair and square. I tried
Alright,
using
I'm gonna
cover.
put you back with a Z, just because something else is happening right now, and I want you both to just discuss that while he's back at spawn.
Roger.
Alright, I'm putting you back there, okay?
1-1. If you have any abled bodies, can you get them watching north through to west? Roger, all good.
Ellie, Isaac and May, Hazmat still 2 second, hard point position.
Here, I have a present for you. Have a socks.
All good. Loading. Alright, one in.
Socks is KIA.
Isaac, prioritize east, southeast security, back from where we came from. Ellie, go east and northeast. I'll cover northwest.
Yeah.
Is it just me, or is Bluey set to medic for 1-2, not Talk Girl?
LSW's back online.
Welcome back, John, plug it back in.
1-1 from 1-3. Report from my medic. The call sign Socks is KIA. Bring it onto the base of the tower. Yeah, and X, bring it to the base of the tower. Yeah, we're on our way.
That's
Roger,
fine.
bring in guys.
I think you guys will be surprised with the amount of AI you took on too.
Oh, yeah.
I reckon at least a fire team.
Yeah. At least 4.
It was indeed at least 3 people, yes.
Hey.
Maybe even 5.
Who knew a Western Australian can actually count?
Alright, so, add a guess, a legitimate guess. Who thinks they can put their finger on about how many AI you guys took on during that whole assault?
2
At least 3.
It's not a clue.
25.
2 or 3 platoons.
It was about 2 platoons and a BTR.
Hey.
So you guys just fought a force, 3-1. Alright, and you just came out on top. You took, what, 4 KIA? I think
Yeah,
it
we
was.
had 3 casualties.
Yep. Alright.
3 for the assault.
what do you reckon caused your section as opposed to the other one to take more casualties?
Freezing in contact. We went dead still as soon as we got shot at.
Yeah, I was a little unprepared at first. I was hoping to hide in the forest a little longer until SBF was in position. The moment that 50 saw us through the trees and started to light us up, I was a little bit kind of unprepared for that. So yeah, we did freeze for a moment there, especially once we took casualties and we were just on the edge of the forest and BTR pushed us and we got hit pretty hard pretty quick. So I'm surprised that we didn't take more casualties actually. But yes, we definitely did freeze there for a moment.
I'd also like to add
It felt
that
pretty
one
cool
of
once.
the medic died instantly.
Yeah, the medic being the first person we lost was pretty shit.
It felt pretty cool that Haz and I got guns talking though, and we got it working.
Good. A 1-3, how did everything look from your side?
I think in the same boat as Sutek, I didn't actually expect them to get into contact as soon as they did, but as soon as that happened, I pretty much just committed blue team to trying to get to that SBF position and taking it out, while we, as red, secured the flank, especially with that truck coming in, which we handled pretty well. Maybe could have cleared the truck a bit quicker to get the rest of red up there, but I thought it went reasonably well for our team. I think we might have only taken, with Hefia, we are only casualty. I don't know if there was any more.
No,
Yeah,
Albert got down as well.
Yeah, we didn't lose anyone, but I think Hefia was the only person that went down out of all that.
Yeah, I think it also really helped having the SBF team off on another angle, because when we did start to take casualties and we were able to withdraw, they were able to push and start to draw that fire away from us. So instead of us just being followed out dragging casualties, they were able to draw the fire and give us a chance to regroup and push back in, which I think that worked really, really well.
Yep. The four of us who were watching were commenting on the fact that once you guys were basically combat ineffective, it was up to 1-3 to take the compound. I don't know about the other three. I think you made the decision a bit late. I think the decision to switch roles could have been made a bit earlier, and probably should have been made a bit earlier. But the decision was made. It comes with experience, and once you made the decision, you committed. There was no umming and ahhing. There was no, oh, well, we're assaulting now, so a lot of times I see Sekos like, oh, well, I guess we should probably abandon the SBF and move to the assault position and assault in from that way. You just like, nah, we're here, we're going, and you went. Which worked really well.
I think admittedly for us, probably part of that indecision, I knew I wanted to do it from the time when Sutek was saying that they were in mass cas. I was like, well, I don't know if they're going to be able to recover, and especially when he said he doesn't have their medic anymore. But because I had Hefio and Hefio was my pseudo 2IC, I held back a little bit because of that, because I wanted him up, having all of us, especially being another LSW as well. But that was the factor that played in my mind. We still could have done it regardless. But yeah.
Yeah, no, you just made the decision and it was good. The other three of you guys, did you guys have anything else?
No, it was good to see a decision actually get made and actually follow through with it, instead of just sitting there engaging in a firefight and waiting for the other section to crack on and go do it. It's good to see some initiative, which you don't see a whole lot of anymore.
LJ, Way.
No, not really. Like what you've covered is right. But yeah, we're talking about the idea of the two sections working together. It's on a larger scale, the same thing I was talking about within an intersection thing with the crossfire. Alright, one brick does the same thing as one of your sections in this particular scenario. The other brick does the same. So it works as you grow to larger formations as well. So what you've done here tonight, you can also do within your own 8-man team if the need arises.
Cool. Has anyone got anything else before we call it there?
Just that I think the positive things that you've seen tonight aren't just an isolated case. Like, it does happen a lot more than you think, like in main missions and in just Zeus's and stuff. Like, some of these things, like when people step up and do a good job, it does happen a lot more. Like, then obviously you think it's a rare occurrence.
So, bear in mind, this isn't a grilling, right? Like, it's to pass on, and if you already know this stuff, or that's been taught, then great. And then if you're employed in missions, even better. But it's to make sure that the information is, I wouldn't say standardized, but is
Consistent.
passed on. Yeah, consistent across most people, right? So, if you are talking as an example about yourself, Matt.
No, just in general, like, like, for instance, you guys, aren't here all of the time. You do have other stuff to do, so you're not seeing everyone all the time. Is what I'm saying.
I think this has
100%.
still been really good though, because even as a secco, like even if I do make a really good call for some strange reason, which never fucking happens from me, but it's good to have the rest of the section understand what I'm actually trying to achieve. So having everyone have the same level of knowledge and actually able to kind of be along with me really helps keep the cohesion and keep everyone moving together and working together, rather than having one or two people that know what's going on and everybody else just going, what the fuck are we doing?
Yeah.
That's a really big thing, especially when as the secco you go down, and then while you're down you lose all momentum because your section just completely changes what the fuck is going on.
Yep.
It can be a really big thing for your section to maintain that momentum that you've built while you're down, and then you can just pick up and keep going.
I found, I mean, sort of what you touched on before, I suppose it's sort of one of these things where people just don't have an experience there. That indecision starts to slide in, and what do they say? Like, indecision is the worst decision that you can make. Coming up with something rather than just being stuck there is, regardless of the situation, it's just learning to adapt and giving it a go. And I think these sort of sessions are good because it helps give people the skills, especially for those that are new to leadership, and be able to see things. While things might not necessarily be going your way, it's there's always a solution. And probably in some instances, if this was a mission in this exact scenario, if 1-0 had told us to be the SBF team and 1-1 was the assaulting team, there would be probably people that would follow that black and white to the line and say, well, no, we're SBF, we're not assaulting. Whereas in this going, well, hold on a second, I can see this situation's changing. Hey, we're ready to assault, can we assault or whatnot? You know, being proactive and being ready to step up and, you know, take over is sometimes needed, rather than it just letting everything fall to the ground, basically.
That's where I really like when you do have a platcom that doesn't give those like micromanagey, I want you doing exactly this and I want you doing it. Like, it's much better to give the intention of, hey, we need to take this objective. We've got 3 sections or 2 sections or whatever. This is generally what I want you guys doing. But I mean, the sections can work together and change those roles depending on shit happens on the fly, you know? And you don't need to wait for Platcom to make that decision for you. If you're in a shitty situation, fucking leave.
I mean, I also, while not directly the same type of learning, I learned some stuff tonight as well that maybe something we can look into for future trainings. It's more about like community play style than anything else. But like, even from my point of view, I've still something taken away that can be improved on for future. And that's, I think, the main aim as well, is regardless of whether or not you do know something, for 95% of the people here, it's good as a refresher, and you're going to be on the same page as the person next to you, regardless of what you did know before. At least you're all coming out with the same information.
It's also that
You
whole
never
thing
stop
of,
learning.
Yeah,
no, it's good, man.
Even the teacher learns from the students sometimes.
Sometimes.
Turns out you can teach an old dog new tricks.
Spreading
One
up the
thing
old
I've
dog
really
once,
noticed.
Break your legs first.
Bring it to happy feet.
Well, I think it's been 3.5 hours, so I think we'll call it there. But I'm glad you just got things out of this, and I'm glad you all enjoyed it as well, which makes it even more worthwhile. But yeah, thanks for coming. If you've got any feedback on the training, you didn't like the way it was run, or you think something else should have been covered, or whatever, feel free to put it in the infantry channel, and I'll take a look. You know, once I'm not in a hotel room hotspotting my PC off my phone, I'll try and put something a bit better together.
No, I think it was really good. Thanks, dude.
No, you're right. Cheers for
Yeah, thank you. Learned a lot.
I did record it as well. I know a couple of people streamed it, a couple other people recorded it. I will try and find a way to upload the video of this into the infantry channel at some point.
Hey, thank you.
Whether that's through a YouTube link or some other form, but I will put something together and I'll see what I can do.
Twitch bots.
Thank you all, and have a lovely rest of your night.
Merry
You all too.
Christmas. my
You
friend.
too.
Also,
Good night,
you
everyone.
added an extra 20 minutes there, Hulk. It's only been 3 hours and 11 minutes.
The server. I've been on the server.
You
for
can't
3.5
count,
hours,
that's
so-
fine.
No, of course not.
Oh.
What the? Oh, What? another mission complete.
You did it twice.
Fuck's
3
sake.
times.
I didn't even know you could do that.
Yeah, if you just do multiple times, it just resets it.
Once more with
Fuck's
feeling.
sake.
God damn it.
Bear down, bear down.
Is that it?
No, don't shoot.
Don't shoot each other. Don't throw grenades or smoke grenades.
Who the fuck shot?
Oh my god! All right, fucking.
I'm just gonna DC.
Jesus.
One day we'll fucking get there.
What did we do wrong?
Channel switched. User joined your channel. User
I
joined your
get
channel.
it. We did it.
That makes me so happy.
User joined your channel.
Pulls us back in the mission, does it again.
I was like,
User joined your channel.
we were saying goodbye, and I was like, oh, I'll just put mission complete down.
User
And
disconnected
then
from
someone
your
else did
channel.
it, and I was like, that motherfucker.
Yeah, it just kept going.
It didn't stop.
Alright, well, once again, thank you all for
User
coming.
disconnected from your channel.
And I
Thank you
will
for running it.
catch us
User
all at
disconnected
another
from your
point
channel.
once I can figure out how to give you all this video.
Have a good
User
night.
disconnected
All
from
good.
your channel.
Catch that up.
We should bring a. Oh, before you go, we should bring the jungle training center back.
User
I
disconnected
still
from
have
your
that
channel.
somewhere.
User left
Yeah.
your disconnected from your
100%
channel.
you do. You need to bring it back.
User disconnected
I will
from
have
your
that somewhere.
channel.
I was going to say,
I
because
honestly think we should share that old dock, so somewhere in infantry or something.
The old AF dog, or the SF dog.
Yeah, the SF dock.
I was going to say, I have it.
I still have
it
it. I was going to say, I've still got the Google
It's on
Drive.
Google
Google
somewhere.
Doc, yeah.
Yeah.
We've got the
I
training
think it's
still with
worth
us.
it. Just because, yeah, that's the one thing that is pretty well spread out
Yeah.
that I've noticed. And
Yeah.
if that's addressed, will elevate, in my opinion, a lot of the secos and people coming through leadership to a higher point for themselves as well as the entire community.
Yeah, I'm not
Is
opposed
the shit-
to.
The shit that's in that dock, like only like 20% of it really was anything SF. Most of it was just doing infantry right.
Well, that's all we did. That's the reason why we wrote it.
Yeah.
I'll see if I can find it. Like
I've got it. I have it open right now.
I was going to say I shared it with you guys, so we should all
Yeah.
have the same doc anyway.
Yeah, we do. There's not a lot in here. Like a lot of it is dot points for us to teach from.
Yeah.
Like some of
There
it
was
is still there.
no, there were two. There was the ones that you used for training. Oh, like
the
from the trainers, and then